20 weeks of the IFL season has all come down to one final game. The United Bowl is up for grabs tonight in Phoenix between the six-time national champion Arizona Rattlers and the Massachusetts Pirates seeking their first title in franchise history. You're watching the United Bowl on Stadium. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Footprint Center in Phoenix alongside the three-time Super Bowl champion Dale Hellestrae. I'm Noah Reed. In the indoor game, a lot of times it can all boil down to how good's your quarterback, and Arizona feels really comfortable with their guy. Just 24 hours ago, Drew Powell was named the MVP of the league for the second time in the last 3 seasons. Dale, what makes him so dynamic?
Well, he is dynamic. That's the thing. He can throw the ball and he can run the ball. Puts so much pressure on every level of your defense. He's accurate. Once he escapes the pocket, he can really make you pay. And there's nothing more demoralizing to a defense than to play really sound defense for 3 downs. And then guess what? Your quarterback escapes, picks up a first down, keeps the drive alive, and Drew Powell can do that as well as anybody that I've ever watched play this game.
Just because he's the MVP of the league does not mean things will be easy tonight for Powell, because he's going up against the #1 defense in the league in the Massachusetts Pirates. Over the last 4 weeks, holding opponents to just 19 points per game. How have they been doing it?
Well, 19 points a game, that's like the 1985 Chicago Bears defense. I mean, it's legendary when you talk about 19 points a game in the indoor football like they do it. It all starts up front. They have a dynamic defensive line who creates a lot of havoc on quarterbacks and running backs and lines, and that makes it easier to play in the defensive backfield, and they will pressure you at every level all game long.
It's the #1 defense in the league against the #2 offense. The IFL Game of the Week broadcasts on Stadium are all about you, the fans, and so tonight we would like to interact with you via the QR code. And your first chance to vote tonight, what will be the difference maker, offense, defense, or special teams? We're going to have the fans vote at home, Dale, but I want to give you the first unofficial vote. Who you got?
Well, I think the bigger the game, the more important defense plays, and so I'm going to pick defense.
So you can take your phone out, get your camera app open, scan that QR code in the top left corner of your screen, and vote for who you think will be the biggest difference maker, the offense, the defense, or the special teams. This is the first of many opportunities to vote via QR codes tonight, so stick with us all game long. We'll take our first break here on the pregame show. When we come back to Phoenix, we get set for kickoff tonight. It's the 2021 United Bowl between Massachusetts and Arizona, and it's coming up next on Stadium.
The ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it one more time for Kimberly Gunn.
2001. We'll take our final timeout here on the pregame show, and it's time for football when we return. The United Bowl from Phoenix between Massachusetts and Arizona when we return. Grand Canyon National Park, just ways north of us in Phoenix, the location of the 2021 United Bowl on Stadium. The Massachusetts Pirates looking for their first ever, Arizona looking for their 7th in franchise history. For the first time tonight, we head down to the sidelines and introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew, and Julie Doles.
Now, Arizona's star wide receiver Jared Harrington has been listed as questionable for this game with an injury, but I just got word from head coach Kevin Guy that he's not suiting up tonight. This will be the second big injury at the receiver position, as Jeremiah Harris was injured last game against Frisco, but 3 wide receivers are starting. They're rookies tonight. I talked to the team. They said they're not worried about it. They say Kevin Guy has created a championship culture, and he really has acclimated those rookies to the indoor game. Kevin Guy was just named the 2021 IFL Coach of the Year. In his 12 seasons as a head coach, this is his 8th championship appearance. That man knows how to win. The team is 7-0 at home. They have not lost the game at the Footprint Center yet, and they credit Kevin Guy for that winning culture. Back to you, Noah.
Thank you so much, Julie. Wow, Dale, that is a massive loss, being without a first-team All-League wide receiver in Jared Harrington. How does that impact today's game?
Obviously, you've got to change your game plan if you're the Arizona Rattlers. You sit here and look at it, you are used to having guys get injured and having to fight through the regular season, a lot of games, a lot of weeks. But boy, when you talk about an all-league big play guy, I don't know if you can do that in 1 week.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting for Kevin Guy and the Arizona Rattlers trying to replace Jared Harrington, a two-time all-league selection. This is Garrett Hartley. He's on to kick it away for Massachusetts. They won the toss, elected to defer, and the 2021 United Bowl is underway from the Footprint Center in Phoenix. Pearson from just inside the goal line has some space, and he stood up at the 20-yard line, and that's where Arizona begins this drive behind MVP quarterback Drew Powell in this offense.
You take a look there, and obviously we've talked about Drew Powell in the open, Lassane at running back, because he's a little bit better blocker against a really, really aggressive defensive front. You see the Massachusetts defense. Every one of those guys could have been all league.
4 of them were, of the 8 starters, including 2 of the defensive backs who are absolute ball hawks in making plays. There's Drew Powell. He's the MVP of the league for the second time in the last 3 seasons, just announced 24 hours ago. He whips it over the middle, connects with Miles inside the 15-yard line, and pushed into the boards. A fantastic start for Arizona.
Well, to me, it's always interesting. Big game like this, a championship game. Emotions were running high, little scuffles before they kick the ball off, before the national anthem. Can you keep your emotions in check? Can you do your job? The team that does that better earlier is going to have more success.
Kevin Guy's team has been here a lot. 6 championships in franchise history. He's led the Rattlers to the title game in 8 of the last 10 years. How much does that experience matter in a game like this?
Well, it matters if you've had success. Because I've talked about the Ryder Cup team. I want some new guys because guess what? We've been losing.
Here's a throw to the end zone, tipped away and intercepted. Santos Ramirez comes away with it off the deflection, and Massachusetts with a massive play on the goal line.
Ball looked to be a little bit underthrown. You just got through talking about the defensive backs. Ball hawks get a ball, tipped it up in the air. Nice job by Ramirez coming over and catching the tip ball. An even better job, really, by Maxie Penton, who knocked the ball in the air, gave his teammate a chance to come over. And you talk about a big momentum swing. Here it is.
Well, Maxie Penton, he wasn't the one with the interception. He had the deflection there, but he's had 3 interceptions in the last 5 games. And now it's our first opportunity to see Benefield in this offense. Looks for Owens, and it goes right through his hands. Incomplete as he was looking for the second leading receiver in the IFL.
Well, he gets up a little bit slow. You know there's going to be a lot of physicality here early in this football game. Both squads want to impose their will.
Alejandro Benefield, the starting quarterback for Massachusetts, but those guys that he has at wide receivers are playmakers. Gonzalez, Owens, and Carrington, they really help him carry the workload. 2 all-league offensive linemen in that bunch of 3 as well. Benefield, nice pass. He's got a first down to Gonzalez and a pickup of 12 yards.
Both these teams take a lot of pride in the aggressiveness and skill level of their defensive line. That usually makes it easier to play defensive back in this league. When you have this much time to throw the football and you got a quarterback with the talent level of Benefield, he will pick you apart.
Had just 4 completions last week, did Benefield, but it came in a 21-point win in the semifinals. This is the first time he carries the ball, and he lunges forward to the 21-yard line for 4 yards on first down.
Nice job here early, keeping the Rattlers off balance, not allowing them to come after your quarterback. Coach Kevin Guy has a saying, it's pressure, pick, coverage, sack. And so right now, none of that is going on because he is getting time to throw the football. You mix the run in there, keep everybody honest.
Yeah, Jordan McCray and Jared Thomas, 2 guys that were named to the all-league team last week for this Massachusetts offensive line, and they are protecting Benefield early. 2nd down and 6 from just outside midfield. Benefield wants it all. Gonzalez overshoots him, incomplete. That's a guy in Laquiviante Gonzalez. He's already had a couple targets early in this game, Dale, but they love him in the kick return game, one of the best in the entire league. And they said, hey, football is all about hidden yards, and that guy lets us start almost every drive from midfield because of what he does in special teams.
The thing I've always found out is the bigger the game, the more important special teams are. And I promise you tonight, there'll be a return, there'll be a field goal, there'll be an extra point that will turn the tide in this football game.
Second best third down defense is Arizona this season. 3rd and 6, Benefield with time. There's a collision and a flag comes in. Pass interference against Tyrell Pearson will move the chains for Massachusetts on the 3rd down.
Simple crossing route, looked like he was going to come open. Wait for the call.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You can see right here in your living room, crossing the field. Sometimes it's better to take a holding call than it is to give up a touchdown. And if you feel you're going to get beat, grab the receiver, make sure he doesn't get into the end zone.
A lot of targets already for Gonzalez in this opening drive from the second-year quarterback, Alejandro Benefield. Ball at the 19 here. First touch for Stockton, the running back. Plows his way forward, and he's upended down at the 12-yard line. 7 yards on the opening carry for Justin Stockton.
5'10", 200 pounds, just kind of weaving his way behind that big offensive line. Can't even see him. I mean, McCray goes 336. You got 300, 305, and then a 200-pounder, only 5'10", takes you a while to spot where he is.
He had a massive game last week in the semis, Dale, against the #1 rushing defense in Frisco. He averaged 8 yards a carry and ran for over 100 yards. And now he sets up a 2nd down and 3 here for the Pirates on their opening offensive possession. Benefield, pocket collapsing, throws it out of play. Bones Bagante, the offensive coordinator, told you and I this week, he said, we just need Alejandro to have a Benefield kind of game. And we said, well, what's that mean? And he said, make smart decisions. When he needs to throw it away, and you're seeing that early.
Very nice decision right there. Had a lot of time to throw the football down the field. Remember, the closer you get to the end zone, the easier it is to play defensive back because they can't run by you. There's nowhere to go.
Kevin Guy's defense looking for a stop here on 3rd down and 3. Here in the United Bowl, 2 best teams all season long. Quick pass. It's caught inside the 5-yard line. Dantes Bird, the newest addition amongst that wide receiver core, moves the sticks and sets up Massachusetts in the red zone.
Really nice patience again. Starts with great protection, goes up high, gets the football. Pretty good coverage by Dylan Winfrey. I mean, he led the league in passes defensed.
Stockton bounces to the edge, to the goal line, and he's in. Massachusetts strikes first on the opening drive, and the Pirates lead the United Bowl early.
Well, if you're Massachusetts, you get in that plane in Boston to fly out here, and you say, what's the dream scenario to open up this football game? Hey, how about a turnover? We'll go ahead and kick the ball to them. The defense will get a turnover, and then our offense will drive the ball the length of the field and come away with a touchdown. Could not start any better for the Pirates.
Yeah, perfect script for Massachusetts here in the first few minutes of this first quarter, and now it's Garrett Hartley on to attempt the point after. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. 7-0 Massachusetts. The interception leads to a touchdown. Justin Stockton from 3 yards out pushes it in for the Pirates.
We'd like to welcome our partner in today's game presenter, Foothill Sports Medicine Physical Therapy. Today's hot pull pack. Tip Hogan over
welcome you back inside the Footprint Center here in Phoenix. A 7-0 start for Massachusetts. An interception on the opening drive of the game at the goal line. Dale, they march it down the field, get a rushing touchdown from Justin Stockton, and now it's Arizona's time to respond.
Well, it is their time to respond, but going back to that last drive, what a nice plan coming in. Mix a couple runs in there, keep that defense honest. Great time to throw the football. That offensive line living up to everything that we've heard, and you come away with 7 points. That is the way to start this championship football game.
Yeah, an 8-play drive for Massachusetts after the turnover. 5 passes, 3 runs, capped off by a Justin Stockton rushing touchdown. And the Pirates, who have won the last 10 games, they haven't lost in the last 3 months, are looking for the all-important number 11. Here's Miles on the short kickoff return, and he stumbles down to the 22-yard line.
Good field position. You know, you wonder how is Drew Powell and this offense going to respond to adversity. They just like the Pirates, the Rattlers have played a lot of playoff games in Coach Kevin Guy's words because they wanted that top seed, so this game would be played here. So in his mind, they've played a lot of playoff games coming down the stretch. How they respond to adversity will be interesting.
Well, they've won 7 in a row since their last loss, and that loss was actually this Massachusetts team. And Kevin Guy said, ever since that loss, we have gone into every game telling our guys it's a playoff game. And before the snap, there's a flag, and of course, each team is pointing in the opposite direction.
Did Lamar Mady flinch? Remember, when you're 300 pounds, even a little flinch can be seen by 15,000 people.
The snap, false start, offense, number 94, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, you nailed that on the head. That was Lamar Mady who gets called for the false start and backs up this starting spot for Arizona to the 17-yard line.
And I don't think you're really concerned about that. Obviously, you want to be sharp here early in this football game. You got adrenaline going. I talked about that. There's a lot of John going on in pregame. And let's see who can settle in and play football the quickest.
6.5 minutes to play. 7-0 lead. It's Miles out of the backfield. They like to get the wide receiver involved in the ground game, but there's nothing going that time around.
Really nice job by Downey. 6'4", 225 pounds. Can rush the passer. Obviously can play the run. You see 225 pounds, like, boy, he can't stay in there against the run. Did a really nice job coming down the line and making the tackle.
He's had a couple big games for Massachusetts this year. Second down, quick slant route looking for Pelletier, and it's broken up by Maxie Penton. He was the one that had the deflection on the interception on the opening drive.
Well, that's a dangerous throw right there. Ball is behind. The receiver has to reach back, takes a shot as he's got his body turned around, able to get up. But you can tell this Pirate defense playing with a ton of confidence.
The last 4 weeks, they've given up an average of 19 points per game. To put that in context, the average scoring game in the IFL is in the 40s. Powell, most dangerous when he's outside of the pocket, but that defense swarms to him. Martrell Spate and Toby Johnson combined for the tackle. And this offense for Arizona is having a tough time against the Massachusetts defense.
Really nice job by Spade. A lot of these linebackers, you can't keep up with Drew Powell. He's too fast. Spade over there and able to make him go back to where his buddies are. You see right there, there's some open room, but Spade comes up, forces him back inside where all those white jerseys were coming from.
Ernesto Lacayo, the all-IFL kicker, on to attempt the field goal try. This is a 45-yarder for Lacayo. Good snap, good hold, and he missed it.
The field goal attempt is no good. 4:46 left to go in the first quarter. Pirates 7, Rattlers 0.
4:46 to play here in the first quarter after the missed field goal. And your perfect script that you talked about earlier, Dale, for Massachusetts keeps getting better.
It does keep getting better, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how they handle this, because the Rattlers, you do not see their offense sputter like this very often. That's the reason why they're the host team in this United Bowl. but off to a slow start, and let's see if the Pirates can take advantage of it with Alejandro Benefield leading the way.
What a crowd we've got on hand here for the United Bowl. Arizona usually packs this place out, but it's got an even different feel here in the United Bowl, and they're just waiting on something to cheer for. Stockton off the toss, planted at the line of scrimmage. Josh Gordon comes off the defensive line and makes a leveling hit of Justin Stockton.
Both him and Devontae Merriweather come up, and I mean, you talk about being aggressive coming up right there. You see Merriweather, number 9, leading the charge, didn't hesitate, brings up 2nd and long.
Even lost a yard that time, getting into the backfield. Good penetration from this Arizona defense. Benefield from the goal line, doesn't run a whole lot, but cuts it to the outside, and he's shoved into the boards near the marker. And they say move the chains, 1st down.
The Pirates say give the Rattlers a little bit of their own medicine. If your quarterback can run, guess what? So can ours. Benefield 6'4", 210 pounds. They get all the commotion going to his right. He has a lead blocker to his left. Sprinted down the sidelines, did not touch the dasher board, able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, Kevin Guy was worried about that. He said Benefield doesn't run much, but we cannot allow him to extend plays with his legs. He does that, moves the chains on the 2nd drive for the Pirates, trying to take a 2-possession lead. Benefield unleashes deep downfield. Winfrey's there and he intercepts it. The IFL leader with his 13th interception of the season.
I tell you what, the Rattlers very, very fortunate that penalty was not called on roughing the passer. Benefield took a shot to the back of his knees. The referee looked and looked and looked.
Dylan Winfrey has a remarkable story that we will touch on when we come back. Media timeout here on the field. We welcome you back to the Footprint Center. The Arizona Rattlers get a break of their own after turning it over early and giving up a touchdown. Dylan Winfrey comes away with his IFL-leading 13th interception of the season in front of a packed house here in Phoenix for the United Bowl. And now the MVP, Drew Powell, in the offense back out onto the field for the Rattlers. Here's Powell. Stiff arms a defender, but Downey brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd time today in this 1st quarter, Dale, that Downey has made a big play in the backfield.
You just don't see speed like that. He looked like he was out of position. Downey took a step inside, still able to get around the block, get outside, and make the tackle. And that's going to be very, very frustrating to this Rattlers offense.
Kevin Guy told us that a lot of the credit goes to the DBs for Massachusetts, but he said, I'm more worried about that defensive line because they can get into the backfield in a hurry. Saw that on that play to bring up 2nd down and long. Nice throw to Miles. He goes down to get it at the 15, and he's about a half a yard shy of the 1st down.
Another thing I've seen early is Drew Powell just a little bit off on his throws. His accuracy suffering just a little bit. Is it jitters? Is it the big game? You just kind of wonder. That ball low, He puts it out there where he'd usually do and where he would usually throw it, pick up the first down, and now you bring up third down short because the receiver had to go down on the ground to get it.
This is the third straight United Bowl Powell's played in. Played in it with Iowa in 2018, played in it with Arizona when they lost on the final play of the game in 2019.
The play is under further review.
I think the Pirates are going to challenge it. From our angle, tough to see if the ball was bobbled. Pirates coaching staff had a really good look at it. Be interesting to see what they come up with.
The officials head over to the monitor now to take a look with under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, and we're going to get as close of a look at it as we can here. I think that's a catch.
I think it's a catch too. Boy, it came really, really close, and it looked like they've already stepped away from the TV screen.
After further review, ruling on the field is confirmed. The pass was caught. It'll be a third down and 1. Massachusetts is charged with their first team timeout and has 1 remaining challenge.
Well, there we go. Confirmed, not even stands. It took him one look at the monitor and said Jamal Miles pulled that in, and now Kevin Guy's team has a third down and 1 against the best third down defense in the IFL.
Really nice job by our camera team there. Getting that shot made it very easy for the officials.
Need to get to the 15. Powell keeps it, surges his way forward, and he's got the first down. To give a quick update on the QR codes that you guys voted on in the first half, 57% of you say defense will be the difference maker compared to just 43% who say offense. So the fans are with you, Dale. You said defense in big games is important, and we've seen that already with 2 turnovers in the first quarter.
2 turnovers, both quarterbacks have been intercepted, and we've seen special teams play a little bit of a role, and we'll see where that takes us from here.
Powell quickly throws. Miles again. He slides down to the 20 for 3 yards, and all 3 completions for Powell have gone the way of Miles, and I think it's pretty safe to say with Harrington out, Dale, the first-team all-league wide receiver, Miles is getting a lot of targets today.
He's going to get a lot more attention, and obviously he has a relationship with Drew Powell. They played together for a couple of years now and know each other, and yeah, when your security blanket and Jared Harrington is out, you got to find another one in a hurry.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent receiver for Arizona in the playoffs. Powell with a lot of time. Who else but Miles again, twisting his way down to the 24-yard line before he's brought down by Harlan Miller, and it's right at the sticks. They say first down. Seems like Drew Powell is getting a lot more comfortable as this first quarter goes along.
Well, he is, and you can see that protection from the offensive line is helping him feel much more comfortable, too. No pressure in his face. It makes it a little bit easier to play quarterback.
Final play of the quarter. Powell hit as he throws, wants the end zone, and it's pulled in! Braxton Haley with the touchdown through the defense.
23-yard strike. Drew Powell, number 2.
Flag down in the end zone. I believe that's going to be defensive pass interference.
Correction, number 13, Braxton Haley with the catch for the Rattlers.
Declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
What a throw by Drew Powell. Martrell Spate hit him just as the ball was coming loose right in his face. Powell stood in there, took the hit, and delivered a really nice pass.
He's looking like an MVP over the last couple drives. And now Ernesto Lacayo is a point after away from tying this game up at the end of the first quarter. Here's the kick. And he missed it.
The extra point attempt is no good.
So Arizona's down 7-6, but they do get a touchdown the final play of the quarter. A strike from Powell. Haley through the defense, reels it in. Arizona here for the United Bowl in 2021, and it's a 7-6 lead for the visiting Massachusetts Pirates all the way across the country here to Phoenix. And let's check in with Julie Doles down on the sidelines.
For Massachusetts, it was a moment on the road that really brought the team together. Week 2, the Pirates were playing in Green Bay, and they witnessed a mass shooter at the hotel they were staying at. I was talking to linebacker Martrell Spade, and he said, although it was an incredibly traumatic experience, it was really a turning point in the season that bonded the team together. Spade told me that team chemistry has been a huge factor in leading the team to the United Bowl tonight. This season, their motto has been, do your 8. There are 8 guys on the field, and you need to do your job, all while working together as a unit. And that's exactly what they've done to get to this championship game as a new team in the IFL. Back to you, Noah.
Thank you for that, Julie. A really difficult moment for a team to go through, but they credit being close to a situation like that where they said they had no other choice but to become closer as a team.
It's amazing what type of incidents can happen to draw a team closer. Obviously, you wouldn't wish that on anybody, but it's amazing what something like that can do to a group of guys.
Quiviante Gonzalez with a return to the 16-yard line to start this drive for Massachusetts. They're trying to respond after an Arizona touchdown in the final play of the first quarter.
Approximately 14-yard return. Number 6, Quiviante Gonzalez. First and 10, Pirates.
Well, they've done such a nice job here, especially mixing in that running of the football. Let's see if they can continue to keep. Yeah, I mean, you sit there and go, it's 7-6. It's a fairly low-scoring football game for an indoor football league championship game.
That is certainly the way Massachusetts wants to play. 3 of the last 4 opponents they've held to under 20. Benefield with a quick zip to the near sideline. Caught by Gonzalez, and he's wrestled down after a 3-yard pickup.
Really love the physicality with which these teams are playing. Dylan Winfrey comes up, makes the tackle. We talked about him. Led the league in passes defense with 31, pass breakups with 20, and interceptions with 11. You talk about putting together a heck of a football season, and he's listed at 5'8", 185. I saw him stand up yesterday at media day. I think that might be a little generous.
Yeah, you're not buying that, huh? The defensive player of the year in the IFL, and he made the team 4 years ago at an open tryout. And 4 years later, he's now the player of the year defensively in the IFL. 2nd and 7. Benefield, clean pocket. Now collapsing on him late. Sidearm and almost intercepted by Winfrey again.
Utah Kevin Guy is always talking about putting pressure on the quarterback. Pressure on the quarterback leads to interception. They almost get to Benefield here coming from 2 different ways. You see Gordon, Josh Gordon, number 95, coming off the edge and forcing Benefield to step up, almost come up with their 2nd interception.
These fans in Phoenix have come to life in the last couple drives. Kevin Guy's team had a turnover on the opening drive and then got scored against, but since then, the Rattlers have controlled the tempo, and they're making it difficult on Benefield, who's completed just 3 of his 8 passes tonight. And a timeout taken by Massachusetts ahead of the 3rd down play. We'll take it with them with 12:27 to play in the first half. A close one here at the United Bowl. Arizona, the site for the United Bowl in 2021. A gorgeous Sunday afternoon for the Massachusetts Pirates and the Arizona Rattlers to determine the IFL champion in 2021. Back-to-back seasons, Dale, that the United Bowl is played here. Arizona came up a little bit short in 2019 against Sioux Falls, and that's something that's festered in their mind now for 2 years after nobody got to play in 2020.
Well, it is, and it's something that don't think that Kevin Guy does not realize that he's won 4 championships, none here in Arizona. They've all been on the road, and don't think that he doesn't think about that every once in a while.
Arizona hasn't won one at home since 1997. 3rd and 7 here for Massachusetts, and a flag before the snap.
Ball start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's Jared Thomas, the rookie, second-team All-IFL selection on the offensive line, and now a 3rd and 7 becomes even tougher, 3rd and 12.
Well, you can really tell there is a home field advantage here for the Arizona Rattlers. This crowd is loud. I can't tell you how much fun it is to be in this situation, unless, of course, you're the Pirates offense.
That's right. You don't want to be facing a 3rd and 12 against this atmosphere. Benefield, all time, deep ball, intercepted again, his 2nd of the day. Dylan Winfrey again, his 14th of the season, more than double anybody else in the IFL.
Great pressure on Benefield. You can see the pass rush gets almost into his face, and then nice job by Winfrey, just kind of playing center field. Watching the quarterback's eyes. Quarterback continues to look to his right. That's where you drift over to. Ball hung up in the air a little bit. And Dylan Winfrey, when it's in his area code, he's going to catch the ball, brings it back. Good field position to start this drive for the Rattlers.
What a start for this Arizona defense. All the talk all week long coming into it, Dale, was the Massachusetts defense. Arizona said, hold on a second. We got a pretty good one ourselves. They've got a great quarterback as well, the league MVP, and Drew Powell. A chance to give Arizona the lead for the first time on this drive. Powell fires. He has it picked off as well. 4th total turnover today. Arion Maxey Penton with his team best 7th interception of the year.
Had great protection, time to throw the football. One of those where you're going to watch on film and say, why did I throw it over there? Really great coverage by Maxey Penton. Nowhere to go with the football. Was trying to go high and outside, but Penton made a really nice grab.
The #1 pass defense in the IFL this season is looking like it early. Maxey Penton with an interception, Ramirez with an interception, and Maxey Penton also had the deflection on the first interception too, Dale.
Well, remember, we're talking about all-league guys making plays and all-league guys making mistakes here early in this football game, and you wonder, how do you respond to the pressure of playing the championship game?
4th interception in the last 6 games for Maxey Penton, and he gives the football right back to his offense. Gonzalez cuts up the middle and charges his way forward before Nick DeVonzo makes the tackle at the 11-yard line for 5 yards.
DeVonzo, 6'3", 285 pounds, plays that left defensive end. Quick, tough, strong, chases him down from behind.
And a back-to-back first-team All-League selection. Just named first-team All-Defensive Line a week ago. Was also the same in 2019. Second and 5. Benefield with a quick pass in the slant route to Carrington for his first catch, and then he's drilled at the 15. Devin Cockrell with the tackle to set up 3rd and short.
Really nice job by Cockrell coming up aggressively, making the play. Usually when you throw a ball like this across the middle, there's some room to run with the football. I think that's exactly what the Pirates are thinking. Get the ball in your playmaker's hands, let them run with it. Brings up 3rd and short.
Cockrell, the second-year pro out of UTEP, with his first tackle today. 3rd and 1. Stockton stretches outside. He has the first down, spins his way across the 20, and picks up 8 yards to move the chains for Massachusetts.
Give a lot of credit to Marquise Lucas, the right guard, taking, as you said, the all-conference defensive end, Devonzo, running him out to the dasher board. A lot of room to run with the football. Almost took a official with him over there at the dasher board. That's a really nice job by an offensive lineman, 6'4", 310 pounds.
Yeah, if you're ever mad at an official, that's one way to take him out without getting in trouble, right?
Exactly.
Block somebody into him. Massachusetts near midfield, 37 rushing yards on the day, most of them from this guy in Stockton, and he gets upended after a short pickup.
I just really like the way that this offense for Massachusetts is operating. Obviously you have the turnover, but you take a look at nice mix of the run with the pass. In the Indoor Football League, most teams are about 85% pass to 15% run. I just like the way that the Pirates will throw a run in there or two every drive.
Yeah, Bones Bagonte is the offensive coordinator. He was promoted in week 5, and that's something he's done a lot since he's taken over, is try to create balance between the pass and the run. Another run from Stockton. He follows a block, but then he gets swarmed afterwards. And it's a 3rd down and long after 2 short runs. Devonzo, another tackle on this drive for Arizona.
This time Jared Thomas lined up in the backfield, big number 65, 6'3", 300 pounds of him. They ran behind him, but I think that's maybe a little tell for the Rattler defense that they were going to run the football.
A remarkable crowd on hand here inside the Footprint Center, hoping to cheer their Rattlers onto the 7th national championship in franchise history against the newcomers in Massachusetts. 3rd and 8, Benefield has all kinds of time, now takes off, a flag comes in, and he's chipped down at the 21-yard line by Devontae Merriweather, who's slow to get up.
Well, that flag was thrown in an empty space. I didn't see any action going on, but most likely going to be a hold against the Pirates.
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Man, you're pretty good at this, Dale. Every time you've guessed a penalty, you've gotten it.
Well, I'm sitting there watching right there in the middle of the screen. Got to get that left hand inside. That's what officials see. You teach young offensive linemen. You feel your hand slip outside, fight to get it back inside. Most officials, your hand's inside the framework of the body of the defender. You can kind of do whatever you want. Yep. Once it slips outside, they can see that really easy.
Devontae Merriweather, a little slow to get off the field. He was the one that made the tackle on the play, but still being helped off the field right now. Today's game, the United Bowl in 2021, is brought to you by Campbell Travel, the official travel agency of the Indoor Football League. Germain Cars, the right car, the right price, the right way. And Parker University, in pursuit of higher health. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Parker University, Germain Cars, and Campbell Travel, for sponsoring the 2021 United Bowl on Stadium. Look at this place, Dale. I know I said it a few times, but this place is rocking here at the United Bowl, and it shows just how much interest the IFL has. 3rd down and 18 here for Benefield after the holding penalty. Slings it to Owens at the boards, the 20, works his way back in, and then Winfrey makes the tackle. 2 yards shy of the first down. They get 16 yards on 3rd and 18 to set up 4th and short.
They gain enough yards, so you don't have to try a field goal and go score it on 4th down. Get back to the crowd. This franchise led by Ron Schertz has done everything first class. It's a gorgeous arena, a successful team. All those things go into this crowd being as loud and as big as it is.
Here's Benefield, hesitates, has the first down, upended by Winfrey, who makes back-to-back tackles, but not until 8 yards and a first down from the quarterback.
Boy, it's just so hard to defend a mobile quarterback in this game. It looks like he's going to hand off. You got numbers, but you know what? You don't have that extra guy to take the quarterback. And Benefield not afraid to lower his shoulder and pick up an extra yard or two.
Under 6 minutes to play here before halftime. A low-scoring defensive battle, much the like that Massachusetts wanted. Frisco scored 22 against them last week in the semis, and that was the most a team had scored on him in over a month. Benefield standing in the pocket, now suffocates down on him late. Throws on the run, and the smart play is to get rid of the football.
I see one here, Nick DeVonzo, the defensive end, just screaming at the official. I've never met a defensive lineman who doesn't think he's held on every play. If he doesn't get a sack or make the tackle, it's because he got held. And boy, he was just yelling and screaming. Nice job getting rid of the football there by Benefield. Remember, as you get closer to the goal line, the field shrinks. You can't run by defensive backs so they can sit on routes, and that's when interceptions can happen.
Benefield's already thrown 2 of them today, both to Dylan Winfrey, who has a league-leading 14 interceptions this season. 2nd and 10, fake the handoff to Bird, floats it to Owens, who scores a touchdown. 27th on the season for Thomas Owens to put Massachusetts up 13-6.
What a nice play fake. You fake the fly sweep to the right. You get the linebackers to take a step or 2 to their left. You got a pattern coming in right behind them going the opposite way. Really difficult to defend. Nice route concept, nice play concept, and then great execution.
2nd in the IFL in touchdown receptions is Thomas Owens with 27. And now Hartley, who's 1 for 1 on point after tries today, makes it 2 for 2. And then some extracurriculars after the kick. It's Chippy for the United Bowl. 14-6. Benefield to Owens. Pirates up in the 2nd.
The fun continues out.
A scorpion here in the desert in Arizona. The Rattlers down by 8 against the Massachusetts Pirates in the 2021 United Bowl Championship here from Phoenix. The Rattlers here at home trying to come from behind as the #1 overall seed against #2 Massachusetts. And Garrett Hartley kicks it away. Here's Pearson from inside the goal line. Makes a move to the outside. He's got some space. Pearson across midfield and goes tumbling down at the 17-yard line, but there is a flag.
We talked about special teams. Great return. Looked like it was going to be a disaster. The ball bouncing around, but there's a flag that looks like it might be offside. on the kicking team and then definitely holding on the return team. Do you kick it over?
Little discussion here for the officials before they figure out what is more than likely one penalty on each side.
There are fouls against both teams. Offside, kicking team, number 14. During the return, holding, receiving team, number 21. The fouls will offset, and we will re-kick.
Well, the team that gets the worst end of that penalty is Arizona after a great return from Tyrell Pearson that would have set them up in Massachusetts territory to start the drive. And instead, we re-kick.
Well, I'm going to argue with you there on that, Noah, because guess what? That was a great return, but if it was just holding on Arizona, a lot of that return is negated. I think they're happy with the re-kick. They're happy with the re-kick. Now, before we go on, I need to get. You were out here, what, 2 months ago, something like that, and I told you it's not all cactus.
Here we go.
It's not all tumbleweeds. It's not all dirt. And you got up, you got to see Prescott, and we maybe see Flagstaff.
I saw the Grand Canyon.
Okay, so you saw trees.
Yeah, I saw some. I knew that was going to come up.
Yeah.
I knew the first moment I said the word desert that you would call me out for saying, "Hey, it's not all the desert." I knew it. I knew it was coming.
And then a stinking scorpion for the rejoin.
Hey, that's not me.
Wow.
I didn't choose to show that. I'm just saying what's there.
You guys from the Dakotas.
Here's a return from the 10. Great space for Miles. And again, Arizona will start in Massachusetts territory at the 21-yard line after the tackle is made by Santos Ramirez.
Still pretty good field position. You can tell that the Pirates have a lot of respect for the Rattlers' return game by the way they're kicking off. But what it's allowing the Rattlers to do is the up man to grab it and gain 10, 15 yards before he can be tackled.
Yeah, and that's Jamal Miles, who's already had a massive impact offensively. 4 catches for 39 yards. Powell threw an interception his last drive. He keeps it this time with the feet, picks up the first down, and Ramirez brings him down with a shoestring tackle at the 6-yard line. 15 yards on the opening play for the leader in the IFL in rushing yards this season, Drew Powell.
And this was just a designated run. Take the snap, hesitate a split second, find a hole and run through it. Really nice job. The one thing you know won't happen is if you run the ball, you're not going to throw an interception.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm really fascinated to see how Kevin Guy approaches his play calling here down inside the 5-yard line, 6-yard line.
Yeah, first and goal here for Arizona after the 15-yard run from the quarterback. Here's Haley off the sweep, and he gets twisted down right at the 5-yard line by Martrell Spate, the linebacker.
Boy, he has great closing speed. 6'1", 235 pounds. I mean, Spate came out of nowhere. Lineman can't get up to him. He's kind of unblocked there. And the way he torpedoed his way through both lines of scrimmage to make the tackle, tremendous play.
Martrell Spate actually retired in 2019 from football, came back this year, and it looks like he's got a lot of football left to play.
As their coaching staff told you, he has to play well for this defense to have success.
Rayshawn Kaiser, the defensive coordinator, called him the most important player for us this week. Powell tries to follow a block but has nowhere to go, and he's wrapped up again by Spate, who makes back-to-back plays.
Boy, I wish I could weigh 225 pounds and look like that. He looks like he weighs about 190. But my goodness, watch the closing speed here. You got a double team, can't get off to the linebacker, and Spate comes from the backside, makes the tackle for no gain.
machine and get the car buying experience you deserve with Germain Cars. Buy online with home delivery if that's your style, or visit our showrooms to speak with expert associates. However you want to buy your next car, Germain Cars is here for you.
14-6, the lead for Massachusetts over Arizona with 1:36 to play in the first half, but the Rattlers are driving with the football at the 5-yard line. And you said you were interested to see how Kevin Guy called plays here in the red zone. 2 running plays in a row that have both gone for no gain.
Great aggressive defense from the Pirates. We've talked about it all the whole first half. That defensive line, kind of the key to how this defense is going to roll. But with Powell throwing a couple of interceptions, do you want to put it in the air here? He's almost going to have to, the way the Pirates are being so aggressive.
He will look to throw here on 3rd down and goal. Escapes from Spate, now takes off. Thought about throwing, then loses the football near the 2-yard line. That had all kind of crazy theatrics on that play.
Well, Spate came running through early, and that's what precipitated all the running around, and I guess they're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. Somehow he evades the tackle of Spate, acts like he's going to throw the ball. If you got people looking all around, Maxie Penton thought he threw the ball. He actually didn't. Then the ball goes over the dasher board at the 1-yard line.
That play had everything on your football bingo chart. Nearly a sack, then thought about throwing it after running, then fumbling it out of bounds. And now the coach of the year and the MVP are trying to draw something up here at the 1-minute warning. 1 minute to play before halftime. Arizona down a possession in the United Bowl. Fourth and goal from the 1-yard line with 1 minute to play before halftime. Arizona with a chance to score, and if they go for 2, chance to tie it up here before the break. Powell keeps, bulldozes forward, spins away from 1, and he's over the goal line. How about the fight from Drew Powell?
Initially looked like he was stopped, almost looked like he was going backwards. The offensive line continued to drive their legs. Watch right there, hit the 1-yard line, more white jerseys, and then the offensive line, which is a rule change of recent memory. You can actually help the runner go forward. So he took shots from the front and from the back from their team and our team.
The 37th rushing touchdown this season for Drew Powell, the most ever by a quarterback in IFL history. And that was a big one, and he and the offense will stay on the field for a chance to tie the game with under a minute to play before halftime. Two-point conversion. Lassane, trick play. Oh, the Phillies special, and it works. The rushing touchdown for Drew Powell, and then the trickery for the two-point conversion to tie this game up.
It's a good thing, a really good thing there was nobody over there. That ball hung up forever.
Whether in-store, at home, or online, Germain Cars is here for you anytime. Discover our Germain to You program and research your next car, truck, or SUV on germaincars.com. From product demos to vehicle delivery, Germain to You allows you to shop at your own pace in your own space. Start your journey at germaincars.com today with buying tips and pricing insights on nearly 5,000 vehicles in stock. Germain Cars.
Look at the trickeration on the two-point conversion. Lassane to Haley, and then a floated pass to the quarterback, Drew Powell, and we are tied at 14 apiece here inside the snake pit with 55 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, I don't think many people are going to get him confused with Patrick Mahomes and the zip on the ball. Well, the ball hung out there, but it's a good thing that that fake worked so well for the Rattlers.
Today is the opening day of the NFL, so Patrick Mahomes in action right now as we speak, but you're much better if you're right here with us on Stadium watching the IFL United Bowl, that's for sure. Lacayo kicks it off. Here's Gonzalez, one of the best return mans in the league. He has a seam across midfield, and he fumbled the football. Massachusetts said they got back on it with Gonzalez. They're still scrambling for the football, and now the officials say the Pirates did indeed get back on the football.
That ball could change hands 2, 3, 4 times underneath the pile. But when there's two white jerseys, the last two to get up, nice job protecting your friend.
Nearly our 5th turnover of the game. That was Timmy Hernandez, the wide receiver who was just added to the active roster this week, who made the strip, but then they couldn't fall on the football. And Massachusetts has it starting at the 17, and this is exactly what the coaching staff was telling us, Dale. The hidden yards in the game of football with Gonzalez in the return game, they start near midfield or better on just about every drive.
Interesting here, 45 seconds left. Remember, in the Indoor Football League, the clock runs until that 1-minute warning, but there's no timeouts here.
Benefield slices his way back up the middle, and he's spun down after a 2-yard pickup.
No timeouts left for the Pirates. And obviously what you want to do, you want to score a touchdown, but you want to score a touchdown with no time left on the clock so that the Rattlers don't have an opportunity.
Yeah, this Rattlers offense has shown all season long they don't need a whole lot of time to score. Massachusetts, with no timeouts left, are letting this clock wind down below 15 seconds, and they don't seem to be in any hurry.
And now they're not lined up correctly either. And
only 7 to play. This is unbelievable. Benefield, end zone to Owens, who goes crashing over the boards. Coverage by Tyrell Pearson, and there's 1 second left for one final play before the break.
Well, it's almost like Benefield wasn't sure where they were in the game. I can tell you what, the clock operator, Kevin Guy's not going to be real happy with him because he could have just as easily let that last second run off. You're playing at home, you want a little home cooking, make the officials put the 1 second back on the clock.
So instead, the kicking unit comes on with Garrett Hartley. He had the NFL record for most made field goals to start a career, 16 in a row with the Saints back in the late 2000s. And Kevin Guy goes sprinting onto the field to call a timeout to try to ice Hartley. Today's United Bowl on Stadium is brought to you by Campbell Travel, the official travel agency of the Indoor Football League. Germain Cars, the right car, the right price, the right way. And Parker University, in pursuit of higher health. Thank you so much to Parker University, Germain Cars, and Campbell Travel as the sponsors of the 2021 United Bowl. Garrett Hartley spent a few seasons in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints. And just before last week's semifinal game was added to the active roster when Josh Gable, who has had 2 game-winning field goals this season for the Pirates as time expired, went down with an injury. And Kevin Guy wants one more timeout.
Well, it's always interesting when they go ahead and kick the ball. I think he missed that field goal.
He did, it looked like.
And now you're going to second guess yourself. Should I call the timeout? I've always been against. I say once the center puts his hands on the ball, you should not be able to call timeout any longer, but they haven't changed that rule yet, so everybody has to roll with it. Can't do anything with the timeout, so can't take him into the locker room and use him there. See if he can regroup. And now you don't know as you're getting ready to approach the ball whether it's a real kick or if there's been a timeout called. Remember, it is loud here at the Footprint Arena.
Yes, it is. Packed house here in Phoenix. Garrett Hartley with a chance to give Massachusetts the lead going into the locker room. From 30 yards out, he got it to Hug inside the right upright to end the first half.
At the end of the first half, Massachusetts 17, the Rattlers.
Garrett Hartley connects from 30 yards out, so he's 2 for 2 on extra points, and now a perfect 1 of 1 on field goals to take a 17-14 lead for the Pirates. Very defensive-minded first half here, Dale.
I think we knew that coming in, and I think the one thing we did not expect was the mistakes offensively from a couple really, really good quarterbacks. Did not expect those mistakes, but when you're playing good defense, as I told you in championship games, I've always felt defense can win you a championship.
So a 17-14 lead for Massachusetts with a field goal going through right as time expires before halftime. Just waiting on Julie Doles down the sidelines to grab one of the coaches on the Massachusetts sideline here before we go to halftime. Well, it was all Massachusetts to start. A turnover on the opening drive. They turned that into 7. Forced 2 Arizona turnovers in the first half, but the Rattlers have fought their way back and down just 3 after Garrett Hartley connected on a field goal at the end of the second quarter. Let's send it down to the sideline now with Julie Doles.
How do you feel like your team is responding to the atmosphere of this arena?
We actually not responding too bad. We came out a little strong, and then offense got stopped 2 drives in a row. Defense playing great. We got 2 stops, making it hard for them to score. We just got to come out and play better. We got the ball coming out of halftime, so this a big drive coming out. We got to score.
Definitely. Now it's a tough defensive battle. As you said, what does offense have to do to get on top?
Joe just can't make bad decisions on first down. He's trying to force the ball in a man help coverage back there with 2 defenders back there. He can't do that. Got to make smarter decisions and just take care of the football.
Now you're 30 minutes away from a championship. What do you tell your team at half to get them going?
Just keep our composure. Make sure we score coming out. Just a big drive coming out of halftime. We have to score. Pretty much take care of the football. Make sure we take our time to get down there, and we got to score.
All right, thank you. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Noah.
Thank you, Julie. That was Rayshawn Kaiser, the defensive coordinator for Massachusetts. His team holding one of the best offenses in the league to just 14 first half points. We'll send it to break and take you through the halftime show when we come back. Some trickery for Arizona in the first half. The Phillies special tied the game up at that point.
The Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders.
Halftime of the 2021 United Bowl on Stadium, 17-14 the lead for the Massachusetts Pirates on top of the Arizona Rattlers. And here is CNC Music Factory, the halftime show here in the Footprint Center.
Whether you're in the club or dancing, rap or acting, come on, get with it, that's it, throw your hands in the air, scream, go, 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 rock and roll, and grow and flow and jump. They want development too, for new, storm breaks the norm, begin warm within form, back against every dump and transform. Beat me, change the boat, deeply, as Dallas was on the TV screen, the BC with the Beatles with the Jackson 5.
That's CNC Music Factory. They're performing the halftime show here in Phoenix, and now it's our opportunity to vote for the second time today via the QR code. What was the play of the first half here between the Pirates and the Arizona Rattlers? We saw a lot of defense in that first half, Dale. And on the very first drive of the game, there's the interception. The tip for Maxie Penton, the interception for Ramirez. And here is the second play that you can vote on. It is the two-point conversion on the Philly special. Well, what would your vote be?
My vote would be the interception. Obviously, for trickeration and excitement, the two-point conversion would stand out. But as far as impact on the game so far, the interception.
We're hoping to interact with you, the fans at home, so get your phones out, the camera app open, and make sure you scan that QR code in the top left corner of your screen. You can vote for the play of the first half. Maxie Penton, the deflection, Ramirez, the interception on the first drive of the game for the Massachusetts defense, and then later on in the game, the two-point conversion try for Arizona, in which that tied the game at that point before Garrett Hartley kicked a field goal to end the first half. Those are the two plays you can vote on for play of the first half via the QR code. We'll take a break here at halftime. When we come back, Julie was able to catch up with Commissioner Todd Tryon earlier today.
Hi, I'm Michael Kim from our stadium studios. It's halftime at the United Bowl and the grand finale of the IFL season. So as the indoor football season is wrapping up, the outdoor season is just ramping up, and Stadium is your home for both high school and college football. This Friday night, Utah showcases two of its finest as nationally ranked Corner Canyon takes on rival American Fork. Coverage begins at 9 p.m. Eastern. See the nation's top recruits all season long. And on Saturdays, you can catch both Mountain West and Conference USA action. Here is a look at our September games. That does it from our stadium studios. I'm Michael Kim. A reminder to go over to Twitter, check out @Stadium. That's where you can vote for your fan of the game. And keep those phones and cameras ready for more QR codes. Back out to Arizona and the United Bowl halftime festivities right after this.
Halftime from the 2021 United Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. The gorgeous Horseshoe Bend located in northern Arizona on the east rim of the Grand Canyon just outside of Page, Arizona. Here in Phoenix, though, we've got a great football game going on for the IFL Championship between Massachusetts and Arizona. The Pirates with a 3-point halftime lead thanks to a Garrett Hartley field goal as time expired before halftime to give Massachusetts the 3-point lead over Arizona. Earlier today, our own Julie Doles was able to catch up with IFL Commissioner Todd Tryon.
Thanks, Noah. I'm here with IFL Commissioner Todd Tryon. Todd, thanks for joining me. Now, you have the unique distinction of having been a player, a coach, an owner, and now the commissioner. How much growth have you seen in the league over these past 13 years?
You know, exponential growth is what we've seen, and I think with anything, as we are wrapping up our 13th season, you know, each year the goal is to get a little bit better. And back in 2001, when I was a player, and we had the United Bowl, I mean, we've come a long ways. When we look at yesterday's press conference to today's presentation, we've come a long ways.
Absolutely. Now, this year the league has added some high-profile players and coaches. How has that boosted the league as well this season?
Well, I think your product's only as good as your people. And it starts with the ownership groups. We've added some great ownership groups at the top, and they've done a great job of securing the top coaches in the industry. And you know, the coaches, they bring the players. And so, you know, it's a full spectrum when it comes to, you know, what the product looks like.
Now, the product is expanding next year. We're adding new teams to the IFL. Can you speak on what the landscape of the league is going to look like in 2022?
Yeah, you bet. We are expanding. We are a national footprint, and our league is growing. You know, we're a destination league where people want to be a part of it, whether it's ownership groups, coaches, or players. And we will be divided in 2 conferences this next year, which will make things fun and challenging also. But, you know, as our league continues to evolve, We eventually will get into 4 divisions, but next year we'll be operating under 2 conferences. It'll be split between the Midwest and the West, and 2022 is shaping up to be something special already.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Now, this has really been a hard year with COVID. How did the league manage to make it to the other side without a single game cancellation due to COVID?
Well, many don't know, but we almost didn't make it. We put together a very strict, it was about a 30-page COVID protocol manual that all teams had to abide by. We had strict testing, especially as we started off camp. Every team, because they sat, in their own demographic with their own set of rules, they put together their own COVID bubble, so to speak. And our season kickoff between Bismarck and Green Bay almost didn't happen, as we had a COVID outbreak up there in Bismarck, and they showed up with only 19 players, healthy players, because of it. And we had some early issues, but as the season progressed, it seems like either everybody had kind of already gotten it, or the protocols that each team put in place was working.
Absolutely, that's great. Now, tonight's matchup is between an old established team and a team that's new to the league. What has the league done that makes both new and old teams successful?
Well, I think our on-the-field rule set is a great equalizer. When you're able to bring a new team over in Massachusetts, I mean, they're surely not an expansion team. They had an infrastructure in place. They came over with a large roster already, some very talented players, but at the end of the day, you still got to step on that field and you got to play by our set of rules, and we got an exciting rule set, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, can't wait. Well, thanks for joining me, Todd. This is the United Bowl on Stadium.
Here's another chance to vote for your play of the first half with the QR code. An incredible tip by Maxie Penton. Santos Ramirez comes in and makes the interception. That's play 1. Play number 2 is Arizona's own rendition of the Philly special on the 2-point conversion with the pass from Braxton Haley, the catch from the quarterback Drew Powell. So make sure you scan that QR code. It's a chance to vote here in the play of the half. We'll be back after this. from the snake pit as we're just about to start the second half between Massachusetts and Arizona in the United Bowl. Julie Doles is down on the sideline with Arizona's Kevin Guy.
I'm here with Kevin Guy. A lot of your players have been here before. How do you feel as though they're responding to the first half?
Well, we just got to execute better on offense. We turned the ball over. Our defense has got some stops for us, and it's really going to come down to who's the best team on this day. We got to play a 60-minute game.
Huge crowd tonight, electric audience. How much energy do you gain from an audience like this?
Well, they're certainly a big help. They've helped us create a home field advantage, so we're certainly appreciative of them.
Thank you. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you to Arizona head coach Kevin Guy for spending a few moments there with Julie. His team down by a field goal right now, but if you would have gauged how this game was going to go over the course of the first 5 or 10 minutes of that game, being down by 3 is Arizona probably being in a pretty decent spot right now.
You take a look at it, and I think that you're thankful if you're a Rattler fan that it is a 3-point ball game, the way it started. But that's what championship teams do. They find a way to fight through adversity. Both these teams have had to do it down the stretch when they're trying to win every game to get that home field advantage. And now you sit there at halftime, you tell your squads, there's 30 minutes. There's 30 minutes left in this season. You're tired, you're banged up, you fought through a lot of things throughout the entire year. You got 30 minutes to win a championship.
By far the best 2 teams all season long. Massachusetts has won 10 in a row. Arizona has won 7 in a row. One of those streaks comes to an end here in the United Bowl. Gonzalez trapped up at the 13-yard line. Great kickoff coverage from Arizona against one of the best kickoff return men in the league.
Well, they changed it up a little bit. They've been kind of squibbing it, keeping it low, bad bounce. That time they tried to kick it as high as they could. Nice job running under it, making a tackle, and probably the worst starting position after a kickoff this game.
Yeah, Massachusetts has started near midfield or even better almost every time off of a kickoff today so far. But now Alejandro Benefield in this Pirates offense with a 3-point lead gets the first possession of the third quarter. Benefield's thrown for 55 in the first half. He gives off to Stockton, and Devonzo makes the tackle after a 1-yard gain.
Well, I was watching a little bit of the Arizona Cardinals game before I came over here to the footprint arena, and right there, Nick Devonzo looked a lot like J.J. Watt coming down the line, a little explosion, making the tackle. Really nice job from his backside defensive end position, fighting through some blocks.
That's the 5th tackle of the game for Devonzo, a first-team all-league selection. And they've done a nice job bottling up Stockton, who averaged almost 8 yards a carry last week in the semifinal win. He's rushing for less than 3 per carry today. 2nd and 9 for Benefield. Quick toss. Owen's 3rd catch of the game, and he stumbles down on his own to the 23-yard line in a pickup of 13 yards.
I think he saw the end zone and nobody between him and there, and he got his legs got a little bit ahead of him. Nobody there as Winfrey comes up, takes a bad angle, and I tell you what, you get 1 or 2 more steps from Owens, and he's gone.
Owens 2nd in the league this season in catches, yards, and touchdowns. Has just 3 catches today. Massachusetts in Arizona territory. 3rd play of the drive. Benefield, quick toss near sideline, and he finds Dantes Bird at the 18-yard line for 6 yards.
14, Dantes Bird. Taking into the board, number 4, C.J. Williams.
He's getting rid of the ball really quickly this second half.
Well, he is, and they're running shorter routes. They want the ball to go in. Plus, they want to put some drives together. That's one thing. You usually see a ton of big plays in the indoor football league, a handful at least. But these teams are methodically trying to drive the ball down the field.
Massachusetts wants this to be as slow-paced as possible. Gonzalez hops back from 1 tackle, hits near the marker, and he got planted at the 15-yard line. Dylan Winfrey, the defensive player of the year in the IFL, with a hit stick.
Well, I think there were 8 dark jerseys running toward the football. I think they all had a shot at him. And Winfrey, all 5'8" of him, 185 pounds. Nice, sure tackle. Brings up 3rd down and short.
Under 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Third down and short. Massachusetts has been good on third down today. Benefield, nice connection with Owens again for a first down. There is a flag near where that ball was caught.
I think they might get rookie Wyatt Jr., the linebacker for the Rattlers.
Illegal defense. Defense, number 43. Linebacker not stationary in his stance. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And for those of you that are not familiar with indoor football league, as a defender, your defensive line have to have their hands on the ground when the ball snapped, and your linebacker has to be off the football, not coming forward when the ball was snapped. It looked like Reese White got a little ahead of himself there.
Yeah, was not stationary there at the snap. First and goal now from the 10 for Benefield in this offense, trying to add on to a 3-point lead here early in the third quarter. Benefield fakes, now goes deep to Owens and throws it out of play. Good coverage downfield again by Dylan Winfrey.
Finally got a little pressure on Benefield there. Boogie Roberts, the big nose tackle, 6'1", 300 pounds, working against Jordan McCray. Able to get in Benefield's face, make that ball come out a little bit quicker than the Pirates wanted to.
That snapped a stretch in which he had 5 straight completions, Dale. They finally got some pressure on him, and it paid off.
Yes, it does. Again, that's what the Rattlers are going to preach. The pressure on the quarterback will lead to interceptions.
Gonzalez off a quick toss. Devonzo makes the tackle from behind, his third tackle of this drive, and it's a 3-yard pickup.
It's hard to believe that Nick Devonzo's 6'3", 290 pounds. The way he glides and moves down the line, you can see why he's an all-league selection.
He spent the 2017 season with the Minnesota Vikings, so he's had some NFL experience, and he's been one of the best linemen in this league since he joined a couple seasons ago. Third down and goal from the 7-yard line. Arizona trying to get a big stop on the opening possession of this third quarter. Benefield off his back foot looking for Owens. It's incomplete, but a flag. DJ Williams was the one in coverage for Arizona.
Look like they might get DJ Williams for holding. Looked like there was some contact from both sides there.
Holding. Defense, number 4. Half the distance of the goal. Automatic first down.
That is a killer for this Arizona defense. They had third and goal from the 7-yard line, but a holding here on Williams makes it a first down.
I see right there in the middle of your screen, grabbing the hand and yanking it down. The official deemed that holding.
So now first and goal with the ball inside the 5-yard line. Here's a toss. Nowhere to go for Stockton, and he's swarmed by the defense. Devin Cockrell finishes the play.
Devonzo will not get credit for that tackle, but without him, that's probably a touchdown. The defensive end gets outside, slows him down, gives his teammates a chance to get over there and make the tackle. Just a really heads-up hustle play by Nick Devonzo.
So what could have been a touchdown results in a 2-yard loss for Massachusetts. Quick update on the QR code for difference maker. 24% say offense, 31% say defense, 45% of you are on the special teams train. Second down. Benefield, Gonzalez, and it's tipped away. Tyrell Pearson got a hand in there to knock it away.
Little pressure right up the middle. Very nicely thrown football. Had a chance. Great coverage.
The snake pit coming to life on third and goal.
I can feel it shaking.
Just the atmosphere you want here in the United Bowl in a 3-point game. Benefield has time, now takes off, darts up the middle and dives in for a touchdown.
It is such a luxury to have pretty good pass rush and force him to step up in the pocket. Able to tuck that ball, dive in the end zone, doesn't really take that big of a hit. But boy, to see the arm on this young man, Benefield, and then you see the legs, and what a combination he has.
Kevin Guy was worried about his ability to extend plays with the legs, and none bigger than that play right there. Garrett Hartley 2 for 2 on point afters, 1 for 1 on field goals today. Good snap, good hold, kick on the way, and it's right down the middle. Massachusetts with its largest lead of the game, up by 10. Benefield, the quarterback, takes matters in his own hands with the legs, 6 yards out, and Mass is up 10.
All right, thank you for being Germany football ready. It's time.
A look at Salt River Canyon here in beautiful Arizona, the site of our 2021 United Bowl between the Rattlers and the number 2 seed at Massachusetts Pirates. Hey, you're an Arizona native through and through. You spent some time in Dallas when you played with the Cowboys, but now you're back here in Arizona. And I gotta imagine living in a place as beautiful as this has to be awesome.
You know what? It's a lot of fun. The thing, like I told you in your last visit out here when you thought there were only scorpions and cactus out here, the fact that, yes, in the desert here, there's a lot of cactus and it gets hot, but you can take a drive 2 miles north of here in the wintertime and ski. You can golf in the morning, ski in the afternoon. There's a lot of different terrains. It's a beautiful state.
Hey, I've been down here for a total of about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks this summer, and the thought of skiing and snow here just can't cross my mind because I don't know if I've seen it below 100 degrees yet in the month I've been here.
When you were up in Prescott, it got a little bit cooler.
True. That's true. Up in Prescott, it was in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
You got a good point there.
No, we're pretty proud of our state.
Today's United Bowl on Stadium is brought to you by Campbell Travel, official travel agency of the Indoor Football League. Germain Cars, the right car, the right price, the right way. And Parker University, in pursuit of higher health. A big thank you to Parker University, Germain Cars, and Campbell Travel, our sponsors for the 2021 United Bowl here in Phoenix.
I do want to point out real quick, too, Noah, the fact that if you look at the clock, that drive by the Pirates took up over half the third quarter. I mean, I don't know, again, if you're the coaching staff, Massachusetts, if you could draw it up any better than that.
Almost 9 minutes taken off the clock. That's a return for Pearson out to the 12-yard line. It's now your opportunity to vote in Fan of the Game. We have 3 fans for you to vote on, so once you've made your choice, go to @Stadium on Twitter and vote for your favorites. There's fans number 1. I love the football hat. They're getting into it. Fan number 2 with a get-up like that. Come on, look at that. The snake, the rattlesnake cane, dressed up in the mask, the hat, and get a little boogie with it, fan number 3. All right, I see you. Can you dance like that, Dale?
That's about as hard as I can go right there. I still might strain something.
That's the Fan of the Game. Make sure to go to @Stadium on Twitter and vote for your choice of 3 fans. Powell, deep ball. He's got Miles at the 10, and he struts in for a touchdown. An immediate response for Arizona after Massachusetts took almost 9 minutes off the clock on the opening drive. The Rattlers need just one play to get it all.
Well, that's what they've kind of become accustomed to a little bit, is the fact that they score in bunches and they usually score quickly. So to come out your first play of the second half after you watched your defense struggle a little bit in that first drive to throw a touchdown pass, even though it was a little underthrown, it still worked out really nice for Arizona.
38 yards on the connection from Powell to Miles. And the point after is good from Lacayo. Powell with a touchdown pass to Jamal Miles, and Arizona's back within 3 here in the third. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona on a beautiful Sunday afternoon for the 2021 United Bowl on Stadium, and what a great game we've got right in front of us. A 24-21 lead for number 2 Massachusetts over number 1 Arizona. Almost 9 minutes off the clock for the first Massachusetts drive of this third quarter, Dale. Arizona responded with less than a minute. It only took one play to go the distance.
Yeah, and you wonder which is better. You kind of know how each team wants to play. They want to be physically dominant up front. So I believe the Pirates like the way they scored better than the way the Rattlers scored. But guess what? They both count for 7 points.
I was just going to say, Massachusetts probably loves the way they scored, and Arizona probably loves the way they scored.
Exactly.
Kevin Guy told us he wanted to make this a track meet, if at all possible, today. Tempo has definitely been in favor of Massachusetts. Here's an onside kick, and it looks like it's recovered by Massachusetts, and it is at the 11-yard line. Vantrell McMillan, the rookie out of UT Chattanooga, falls on the football and gives Massachusetts amazing starting field position at the +11.
Really nice onside kick. Way to be aware. So many times that front line is turning and running, and there's really nothing that told you it was going to be an onside kick. But the Pirates, very well coached, stayed in there till the ball was kicked, able to get on it, and now again have really good field position.
Kevin Guy said his team would be very aggressive today. Wouldn't hold anything back here in the championship game. 5 to go, third quarter. Massachusetts ball at the 11 with a 3-point lead. Stockton hesitates, now spins away. Williams almost brought him down. Now he cuts it outside to the edge and finally shoved out at the 3-yard line. Somehow Stockton made a play go from what could have been negative yardage to picking up 8.
My goodness, what a run. I think, again, I bet you all 9 Rattlers had a chance to tackle him, and 8 of them missed him. Again, finally, Devonzo was the last man standing to keep him out of the end zone. What an absolute great effort by Justin Stockton, 5'10", 200 pounds.
A rookie out of Texas Tech. Had a great career with Texas Tech. 2-time All Big 12 selection. Ran for almost 1,000 yards in his senior season. Second down and 2. Benefield dives, and he's down to the 1-yard line. He's right at the marker.
They're going to give him the first down. Just so difficult to defend this offense. You run Stockton across the formation. Do you fake the handoff to him? Do you chase after him? Do you stay home? You got a great running threat and quarterback and Alejandro Benefield. Nice job by the Rattlers keeping out of the end zone.
Benefield 6 carries, 33 yards, and a rushing touchdown. A guy who's more known for the arm but has done it with the legs today. First and goal from the 1 here for the Pirates. Stockton tries to make a man miss, but he can't, and Ricky Wyatt Jr. pulls him down for a 3-yard loss.
Really nice awareness by the Rattlers. A lot of guys can get out there, get their body on the outside, but can't make the tackle. Ricky Wyatt Jr. able to do both.
Ricky Wyatt Jr. was a part of this Rattlers team in 2019. He got hurt in the United Bowl, the game they lost against Sioux Falls, and now he's looking for revenge. Kevin Guy and the Rattlers trying to win their 7th national championship as a franchise. Benefield looks to throw this time, whips it to Owens. There's no signal yet. There is a flag. Owens wants his 28th touchdown of the season, but we'll see what the officials have to say first.
Ball, I don't think ever crossed the goal line.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You know, I think people are expecting a touchdown signal. See if we can see it here.
You can see he's got a foot in right there, but I'm not sure the ball ever gets there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have both feet in the end zone. If the ball doesn't cross the plane of the
Pass
goal.
interference. Offense. Number 6. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Well, it doesn't matter if he was in or not, because LaQuiviante Gonzalez gets called for pass interference off the ball, and that backs Arizona way up to the 14-yard line.
You talk about catching a break. The Arizona Rattlers on the verge of giving up another touchdown. Catch a break. Let's see if the Pirates can overcome a questionable call at best.
Tyrell Pearson has the fans to their feet here inside the snake pit. Second down and goal. Benefield has thrown a touchdown, but also 2 picks today. Stepping up, now takes off, spins from 1, and he gets taken down at the 9-yard line. Josh Gordon, the 3rd-year pro out of Division II Minnesota State Mankato with the tackle.
We'll give a big assist to Boogie Roberts right in the middle, 310 pounds. Doesn't get the tackle, but definitely slows him down. Sorry, that might be Craig Evans, who hooked him with his arm, slowed him down a little bit, and Craig Evans just goes 6'3", 320 pounds.
Keep in mind, Massachusetts had first and goal at the 1. It's now 3rd and goal at the 10. Would be a massive stop for Arizona if they can get one here. Benefield with a lot of time, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Owens, but DJ Williams has the coverage. 4th and goal.
Really good coverage downfield, but I think if you're a Pirate fan, you could say, there's some contact there. Don't know even without the contact that the ball was catchable. But obviously Gonzalez said I would have caught the ball if he wasn't draped all over me.
Final 30 seconds here of the 3rd quarter. Field goal unit is on. Garrett Hartley has hit from 30 yards already today. This one is from 25. And it's good. Well, it could have been a lot worse. 1st and goal at the 1 for Massachusetts, yet Arizona holds them to 3, and it's a 6-point lead for the Pirates nearing the end of 3 here at the United Bowl.
Do you want a career in healthcare without direct patient contact? Parker University's College of Business and Technology can do just that by letting you work in patient care in the office or behind the scenes. We offer degrees in business, information technology, health information management, healthcare cybersecurity, and more. Already have a bachelor's? Check out our Master of Business Administration with 4 concentrations to choose from. Learn more at parker.edu. That's parker.edu.
Back inside the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, a 6-point lead for Massachusetts on the road against Arizona. The Pirates get 3 points there, Dale, but they had first and goal from the 1. Arizona stops them, forces the field goal. That's got to be a win for the Rattlers, right?
It's got to be a win for the Rattlers, and sometimes that can be deflating for the team that gets backed up and has to settle for a field goal, and will give an infusion of energy to the team that stops them. We'll see how both teams respond to that, but that could be a really important moment in this football game.
Yeah, an offensive pass interference against Massachusetts backed them up to the 15 and could never recover. Here's Pearson from 6 yards deep. He lost the football, and he fell on top of it, and now he's wrestling with it with Maxie Penton. In danger of the 3rd Rattlers turnover of the day today. A team that takes care of it so well.
Nice kickoff, nice and deep and high, and boy, you just don't see that happen very often. Nice job being aware and jumping on the football as the clock continues to run and bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Rattlers lay out the ball, first down.
15 minutes left to decide who our 2021 United Bowl champion is. Massachusetts up by 6 heading to the 4th. Phoenix, Arizona on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon to determine the 2021 United Bowl champion. So excited to crown an IFL champion here in Phoenix. The #1 team all season long. The Rattlers down by 6 to #2 Massachusetts as we head to the 4th quarter, and we send it down to Julie Doles.
Let's hear it for the Arizona Rattlers sideline.
League MVP quarterback Drew Powell has broken the record for rushing touchdowns this season with 35. It was a 9-year record that he broke. I mean, when you think Drew Powell, you think of the running game, but running hasn't always been his specialty. I was talking to Drew yesterday, and he explained to me that in his 4 years with the IFL, he feels as though as the league has grown, so has he. In college, running wasn't what he was known for. He explained to me that playing the indoor game is almost like playing one-on-one for him. He told me, if I can beat the guy across from me, I know I'm scoring a touchdown. He's clearly adjusted well to the indoor game. Back to you, Noah.
Thank you, Julie. Isn't that pretty crazy to think about? I just know Drew Powell the last couple of years, and I think runner, and I think great runner, but the fact that he started his career as more of a passing guy is pretty crazy.
Well, I still remember the people talking about Michael Jordan and that the only guy who could hold him under 20 points was Dean Smith by not allowing him to be Michael Jordan. Nice to see the finished product of Drew Powell.
Powell completes the first pass of the 4th quarter out to Jamal Miles, who's been his favorite target today. 6 catches for Miles. That goes for 16 yards and a first down.
Touched on a little bit in the first half. Jared Harrington, the all-league wide receiver for the Arizona Rattlers, hurt himself last week. Didn't hurt himself, got hurt, and was not available to play today. Who was going to step up? Jamal Miles, the wily veteran, has really been there all afternoon for Drew Powell.
Yeah, Jamal Miles, a veteran, but after that they had 3 rookies in that wide receiver corps, so not surprising to see Miles go there. Here's one of the rookies in Haley. He squeezes his way through 2 defenders down to the 20 for 10 yards. Harlan Miller is in on the tackle for Massachusetts.
Nice route, just turned it around at the first down marker, fought forward for a yard or 2. Good protection. Nice confident throw by Drew Powell. You can see him stepping in to that throw because there was no pressure in the middle of the football field, able to complete the pass.
Haley had probably the best catch we've seen today. He went up one-on-one for a jump ball, caught it through a defender, and a touchdown in the first half. Powell, after 2 throwing plays, lowers the shoulder, takes off, turns the feet, and gets 5 yards.
My goodness. It looked like there's going to be a gigantic hole, and then it closed up with white jerseys. Watch this. Looks, oh, there. Oh, no, it's not. There's 3 white jerseys. Lowers his shoulder, fights, and scratches and claws for 5 yards. You're not going to see many quarterbacks lower their shoulder like that to continue to gain yards.
Powell, the only quarterback in IFL history to rush for more than 1,000 yards. He's been held to just 28 today by this stingy defense of Massachusetts. 5 yards to go. Powell can't get away, and he's sacked. Deshaun Downey and Toby Johnson combined for the play to make it 3rd and long.
Toby Johnson, the coaching staff's just raved about how good number 91 is for this Pirate defense. Basically unblockable. Every center that's gone against him has really, really struggled. He's 6'4", 325 pounds, went to Georgia, and one of those first-team all-indoor football league defensive linemen. Really a load right in the middle of that defensive line.
Yeah, his defensive coordinator, Rashawn Kaiser, says he's the best nose guard in the IFL and makes it really difficult for teams to be able to run against them. That time he gets in the backfield, has the sack, and it's 3rd down and 7 now for Arizona, down by 6. And a false start will back up the Rattlers, and now 3rd and 12 upcoming.
Everybody pointing at everybody.
False start. Offense, number 21. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So that goes against Timmy Hernandez. He was a new addition to the active roster. He is the replacement for Jared Harrington, the first-team all-league wide receiver who's missing this week.
It's almost better if you're just blatantly offsides, because then everybody knows. Instead of was it you? How could you call that on me as you see big Toby Johnson in the middle of that defensive line, and Coach Guy raved about how difficult he made it on centers the last few weeks just to snap the ball.
Need 12 yards. Powell with a lot of time unleashes deep to the corner, but it's incomplete, and a flag after the play flies in.
Well, this is going to be one of those, is it going to be after the play? And if it is, who made a mistake? Because if you're the Pirates, you're going to force a 4th down and long with the incomplete pass. And if you're the Rattlers, really going to back you up.
Illegal defense. Defense, number 24, illegal blitz. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
That's Martrell Spate, the 2nd-team all-league linebacker out of Arkansas.
Really punitive penalty. You know, it's the 5 yards you can live with, but it's the automatic 1st down that really makes you struggle, as you can see. Trying to discuss it, there's such a fine line. That linebacker cannot be moving forward. Looks like they're going to try and challenge it.
Chooses to challenge the ruling on the field of an illegal twist. The play is under further review.
Rashawn Kaiser, the defensive coordinator, was quick to throw that flag and see if there was or wasn't an illegal twist against his defense.
Well, I don't know how there's going to be a legal twist called there because they dropped. Toby Johnson actually dropped off the line of scrimmage, and they only rushed 2. So I'm not exactly sure how that could be ruled an illegal twist. It's just an unusual defense. You see the defensive end on the near side dropping into coverage. Toby Johnson doesn't rush the passer.
The only guy that does is Deshaun Downey, and then Martrell Spate, who you see 24 there rushing in on the right side of your screen.
I'm not so sure this might not be overturned.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Now, my batting average
is pretty good today.
Well, today, but overall, I'm below the Mendoza line.
You haven't missed one today, which just tells me that you show up in the big moments.
Well, this one's taking them a little bit longer than the first replay that we saw.
First replay, it took them one look, and they were able to confirm the play. This one we'll see.
After further review, ruling on the field is confirmed. Illegal defense, defense number 24, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. Massachusetts is charged with their first timeout and has no challenges remaining.
Well, Dale, I think that's a strikeout looking for us.
Well, if they're calling it an illegal twist, don't you have to twist with somebody?
There was no twist there.
No.
Illegal defense is a different story, but when they went there, they said they were challenging a legal twist. And I think that's probably what Rayshon Kaiser's saying right now.
So I only rushed 2.
Yeah.
Who could they have twisted with? Well, watch this. So the defensive end drops off. Nose tackle drops off.
There's only Downey and Spate. That's it.
And who are they twisting with?
Well, Arizona's the beneficiary. The automatic first down. Powell hesitates and then drags a defender down to the 12-yard line. J.D. Griggs makes the tackle, but 5 yards for Powell.
Really nice read on his part. He faked the fly sweep, and then it was his job to read where Spate was coming. Spate came to the right. Powell went to the left, able to pick up 5 yards.
You think this fourth quarter, the ball's going to be in the hands of Powell a lot more, and there's going to be a lot more running plays than we've seen?
I don't. You know what? It's going to be fascinating because the Kevin guy that I know is not one to play it safe.
Yeah.
He's a guy that usually is going to be more along the lines of a Bruce Arians, no brisket, no biscuit.
3 total touchdowns for Powell. He drops it off to Miles, who lowers the shoulder down to the 3-yard line, and it's a first down on Miles' 8th catch today.
Really nicely devised play. Fake the pitch out to the left. Miles comes across the middle of the field, going the other way, drop it into him. Another first down. And let's not lose sight of 2 things. The Pirates have no more challenges left.
Right.
And they lost another timeout. And this is the first of the second half, but they lost one in the first half too.
So only 2 timeouts remaining for Massachusetts. Jamal Miles goes over 100 yards receiving with that catch. Now Powell keeps it, runs off to the right side, spins in for a touchdown. Arizona is an extra point away from taking their first lead of the game with 9.5 to play.
Well, obviously we've talked a lot about Drew Powell, but we'd be remiss if we did not mention Steve Garola, the center. We didn't talk about Jahair Jones, the guard, and also Lamar Mady, the all-league left guard for Arizona, playing on the left side, getting some movement, knocking the white jerseys off the ball, and allowing Powell to get into the end zone.
Nakayo has missed an extra point today. High snap. Hernandez takes care of it, and then he pushed it wide left.
The extra point attempt is no good.
Wow. Tie game with 8:56 to play. The missed extra point, but Powell, his 4th touchdown today, ties the game. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona has treated us well here at the 2021 United Bowl. 27-27 between Massachusetts and Arizona with 8:56 to play. And Stryker, the mascot, is getting the fans here at the Snake Pit alive and well for the final 9 minutes to play in the 2021 season. Noah Reed and three-time Super Bowl champion Dale Hellestray with you. Julie Dole's down on the sidelines. What a game we've had, and what a game you could only ask for in the United Bowl.
Both teams seem to settle down a little bit. The first half was really herky-jerky, sloppy a little bit, and mistakes made, and both teams here in the second half playing better. You're seeing the offense is starting to click a little bit more. The only thing that the Arizona Rattlers are going to wonder about is what happened to their kicker.
Ernesto Lacayo, an all-league kicker, has missed 2 extra points today, including one just moments ago that would have given the Rattlers their first lead of the game. Instead, we're tied 27 apiece. Here's Gonzalez, one of the most dangerous return men in the league, from 4 yards into the end zone. Squeaks past a defender, carries one with him, then sheds him, and Hernandez finally wraps him up, but not until he gets across midfield to set up Massachusetts with great starting field position.
I think 3 Rattlers had a chance at him trying to swipe the ball loose. Watch how many of these players had a chance starting right here. Instead of trying to knock the ball loose, you got to get them on the ground. Really nice effort by this kickoff return team. And great starting field position, as you had said.
Pearson and Haley both had a chance before Hernandez was able to make the play. Benefield, just 9 of 20 tonight, has thrown a pair of interceptions. Both of those came back in the first half. But he has a chance to lead his team with 8 minutes to go to the first championship in franchise history. Benefield pumps once, now sidearms, and just gets rid of the football. I've been impressed with that, Dale. It's not flashy, right? No one wants to throw the football away, but a young quarterback is just making the decision to get rid of the football.
He did a nice job. And again, I'd love to see the unsung guys. There's no column in the stat sheet for it, but Gordon, defensive end.
There's no foul for illegal defense. Second down.
Josh Gordon, the defensive end for the Rattlers, kept contained. So many times the defensive end, you're going to come inside, try to get the quarterback. He stayed out there and made Benefield make that decision. And then Benefield saw no receiver open, threw the ball out of bounds. Let's live to see second down.
Benefield has done a lot more on the ground today than you usually see him. 7 carries, 38 yards for the second-year pro out of UT Chattanooga. Took over the starting role from Sean Brackett, who was an MVP of the NAL 2 years ago. Benefield flushed out, now takes off, straight up the middle, inside the 5 and wrapped up at the 3-yard line. Devin Cockrell with a touchdown-saving tackle, but 20 yards for Benefield to set up first and goal.
Benefield says, Drew Powell, I see you and I'll do you one better. Makes a couple guys miss, almost gets to the end zone, but it parted like the Red Sea in the middle of the field, and he took off. What a nice job. There was no hesitation. He tucked the ball, almost got into the end zone.
58 yards now on the ground for Benefield. 2 total touchdowns for the quarterback and a chance to put his team back in front with under 7 to play in the title game. Just the 3rd year in existence for Massachusetts, the first ever year in the title game, and a chance to win it. Benefield follows a block, plunges in to give Massachusetts the lead.
Nice job by the left side of that offensive line, number 64, Jordan McCray. Kind of led the way over there at left guard. Played 7 seasons in one league or another, NFL, XFL, AFL, IFL. Loves to play the game of football.
Hartley, perfect today, and he continues that with a point after. It's a touchdown lead for Massachusetts with 5:51 to play. Benefield surges in from 2 yards out.
Campbell Travel is proud to serve as the official travel agency partner of the Indoor Football League. With more than 35 years of experience combining high-touch service with industry-leading technology, Dallas-based Campbell Travel offers workforce lodging, business travel, and leisure travel services to IFL fans everywhere. For more information on how Campbell Travel can take care of your travel needs, visit campbelltravel.com.
Back inside the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona, winding down the 2021 season in what has been a thriller here in the United Bowl with 5:51 to play. Alejandro Benefield with his 3rd total touchdown of the day to give Massachusetts the lead back 34-27. Every time Massachusetts has jumped out in front, as here's another look at the 2-yard touchdown run, Arizona has had an answer today, Dale.
Both teams have had an answer, and that's the sign of championship pedigree. The one thing you have to say about both these teams, well coached, they're hard-nosed, they're not going to blink, and they're going to play hard through the end of the game and through adversity. There's so many teams you see, they get hit with some adversity and they just kind of wilt under the pressure. Both these teams have answered each salvo that the other team has thrown at them.
Kevin Guy, 4-time Coach of the Year, including the Coach of the Year this year in the IFL. And then the only coach that wasn't a head coach to receive votes for Coach of the Year was Massachusetts defensive coordinator Rayshon Kaiser. That says a lot. When the Coach of the Year and you're a defensive coordinator and getting some votes in the league, that's impressive.
I think that's the kind of defense that this team has played. Well, what's going to be fascinating to me, as I'm trying to look ahead here, 5 minutes, 51 seconds left. If Arizona scores a touchdown, if they do you send your kicker out there again?
Oh.
Do you send your kicker out there again? It'll be fascinating to see if, in fact, they do get back into the end zone.
Miles ripped down. Ahmad Dixon makes the play at the 8-yard line. Great kickoff coverage from the Pirates. That's a good point, though, Dale, because 2 missed extra points and 1 missed field goal today for Lacayo, who's been one of the most reliable kickers in the league this season. It just isn't like him to have the kind of day that he's had today.
It's not, and Kevin Guy and the coaches know their kicker's better than anybody. Is he shaken up? Can he respond to adversity? It'd be fun to watch if the Rattlers can find a way to get in the end zone, but starting backed up, bad field position because of great special teams play by the Pirates.
Here's Powell, 4 total touchdowns today. Tries to spin away from Downey, picks up a few extra yards before Spate comes wrecking in there. And 2 yards on the ground for Powell.
Really nice job by Deshaun Downey. We've talked about him in the first half, 6'4", 225 pounds. Stopped his pass rush. Looked like there was going to be a gaping hole right there. He stopped his pass rush, was kind of waiting for Powell to run the football, and he's athletic enough to chase him down. Really nice instinctual play there by Downey.
136 through the air for Powell, 38 on the ground, and 4 touchdowns. The MVP of the league again finds a hole, takes a hit from Spate at the 20. It's a first down, but Martrell Spate made him pay for it.
We see Drew Powell jogging off to the sidelines, and boy, oh boy, that was an absolute collision. I think if this collision would have happened in college football, Spate would probably be ejected and miss next week too, a little bit lowering of the ground, but just a tremendous play on both sides. You see Powell here fighting for extra yards. It's the last 4 minutes of the United Bowl. He's going to do anything he can do to help your team win a football game.
What a hit from Spate. Powell stays in the game, though. He's got a clean pocket. Fakes once. Now he finally decides to take off, and he gets leveled again, this time by Toby Johnson. And a flag way late.
Well, and again, Toby Johnson just made an unbelievable play. 6'4", 325 pounds, and then I think he ended up talking a little too much to Drew Powell after the play. It was a worthy play. Watch 91 about the 24-yard line in the open field.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 91, his first of the game. Half the distance of the goal, automatic first down.
You heard that. That's another first credit.
Again, a tremendous play, poor decision. After you've got emotions, you've got everything going on. We're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds left for the championship. You just can't make post-snap penalties.
Something that this Massachusetts defense hasn't done very often this season. Rayshawn Kaiser's defense has held opponents to just 19 points per game over the last 4 weeks, including 3 of those 4 opponents not even getting to 20. It's 1st and 10 from the 14 here for Powell. Powell again has to escape, tries to slip past a tackle, and picks up maybe a yard or 2. Martrell Spate, who made the crushing hit just a little bit ago, makes the tackle and a short gain for Powell.
It is so fun to watch number 24, Martrell Spate, play football. Loves the game, flying all over the football field. He can drop back into coverage. We've seen how physical he can be, kind of the leader of this defense. Boy, if you want to watch a football player, watch 24 for Massachusetts.
He was a first-team All-SEC selection from Arkansas, where he led the SEC in tackles his senior year. Powell right through the hands of Miles, and then a blowing hit from Khalid Wooten after it slipped through the hands of Jamal Miles, and Miles is not happy right now, having some words with the official.
Well, I believe it or not, I used to play tight end in high school. And my dad always said, you might as well hang on to the football because you're going to get hit. It's going to hurt. You're going to get hit either way. Might as well hang on to the football. I love the aggressiveness of Wooten there. He doesn't know if that ball's coming loose or not.
That's the first drop today for Miles. He's got 8 catches and 104 yards. But it's 3rd and 8 here from the 12-yard line with under 2 minutes to play in the United Bowl. Powell snaps it over the middle. He was looking for Pelletier, but he left it short, and it's 4th down. The best 3rd down defense in the league gets another stop.
Well, it's 4th down. Remember now, we're coming down to the 1-minute warning. Now, you just wonder that hit from Spate on Powell, has it affected his arm strength? Usually you see Powell stepping into that football and able to deliver a strike. That one was significantly shorter than it had to be.
4th down and 8. Fans to their feet here inside the Footprint Center. Need to get to the 4 for a first down. Powell rolling left, fires, and it's over the head of Lassane. It's incomplete, and the Pirates get a stop with 58 seconds left to play. A beautiful stop by Massachusetts with under a minute to play on 4th down. We'll be back with a final 58 seconds when we return. Massachusetts up a touchdown with the football when we come back.
Free t-shirt time for the best fans in indoor football. Who wants a t-shirt?
Back inside the Footprint Center here in Phoenix, Arizona with 58 seconds left to play. Massachusetts with a touchdown lead and the football after getting a stop on 4th down against Arizona. It's now time to reveal our fan of the game, and the winner of our fan of the game contest today is fan number 2. He's got the rattlesnake cane, decked out in all black with the mask, the hat. He came to cheer on his Rattlers today.
There are a lot of people who get serious about the Arizona Rattlers. Tremendous costume, a worthy victor in the costume fan of the game contest.
44% of the vote goes to fan number 2, and he's the winner of our fan of the game here today. Something to remember in the indoor game here, Dale, is that if Massachusetts doesn't pick up positive yardage here in the final minute, the clock stops. So they have to be able to pick up at least 1 yard, or else Arizona doesn't have to call a timeout to stop the clock. Stockton's going to get a whole lot more than 1 yard, though. A first down all the way inside the 20, a big run for the rookie.
Rattlers defense sells out, thought that they had Benefield tackled in the backfield, hand the ball off. Stockton streaking down the sideline. The only thing that happened good for the Rattlers is they hit the dasher board and the clock stops. Incomplete passes, you hit the dasher board, or a timeout. The Rattlers have all 3 timeouts left.
And not picking up positive yardage. So a few ways for Arizona to be able to stop the clock here in the final 51 seconds. The biggest run of the game today for Justin Stockton, that goes for 20 yards. And Massachusetts with the football up by a touchdown inside the 20. Chance to win the first title in franchise history. Stockton hops outside, bounces to the edge, has the first down at the 5-yard line, and then a pair of flags come in.
Yeah, I think you're going to get holding downfield, one of those penalties you just don't get mad at if you're a coach, because you got wide receivers downfield blocking for their buddy. You're going to see it right there. I believe that holding call was on DJ Williams being held for the Rattlers. But boy, those are hard to get mad at because your wide receivers are blocking.
Holding. Offense, number 7. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down. Clock will start on the snap.
So Darren Carrington, the wide receiver, called for the holding. You can see that right at the top of your screen there, number 7 in white, holding DJ Williams.
Fighting for his buddy, you can't get mad at that. But boy, how about Justin Stockton on the last 2 runs? The Rattlers had him wrapped up, had plenty of jerseys around him, finds a way out of there and gains big yards on both runs.
The clock will not start until the snap of the football. So that's a good sign for Arizona after the penalty. 1st and 20. Benefield the toss to Stockton. Has a gap, accelerates through, and a shoestring tackle from Cockrell at the 19. He got almost all of the penalty yardage back.
Look at this hole open. Nice job by that offensive line.
Please reset the game clock to 39 seconds. 39 seconds.
So it's timeout Arizona. They put an extra second on the clock here, up ahead of a 2nd and 11.
Nice job by the left side of that offensive line. Jared Thomas, 6'3", 300 pounds, went to Northwestern. He was all Big Ten. Tremendous job just opening that hole. And then the burst that Justin Stockton has almost seems like he's moving quicker here in the 4th quarter than he was in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, he's trying to wrap this game up and give Massachusetts the United Bowl title in their first year in the IFL. They're just in their 3rd year total as an organization. They spent 2018 and 2019 in the NAL, and now here in 2021, the first season in the IFL, and they are 39 seconds away from winning the United Bowl. Arizona hasn't won one at home since 1997. Stockton one more time. Devonzo wraps him up, and he can't get to the outside.
23, Justin Stockton. Tackle number 22, Nick Devonzo.
Loses a couple yards on the play. Nick Devonzo with some great chase down speed.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. For 285, 290-pound defense.
Massachusetts did not gain positive yards on the play. By rule, the clock stops. Please reset the game clock to 34 seconds. 34 seconds. The clock will start on the snap.
And the Rattlers don't have to use that timeout that they used, so now they still have two left. You had pointed that out. You got to get back, got to gain positive yards, and boy, I was just talking a little bit about Devonzo, 6'3", 285 pounds, and to cover that much ground that quickly, just absolutely tremendous. I would be surprised if you don't hear about him being on an NFL roster next year.
He spent part of the 2017 season with the Minnesota Vikings, so he's experienced that a little bit.
Lockdown. Come on, I said defense. Defense.
So 3rd down and 14 with the ball at the 21-yard line.
Do you have the guts to throw a pass?
We're about to find out. The answer is yes. Benefield has Stockton, but it slipped through his hands. Incomplete.
Wow. Wow, I love the play call. I love the play call. Had the chance. Ball was thrown a little bit behind Stockton. Would have been a tremendous catch. But I absolutely love the guts of the call.
So Garrett Hartley is on to attempt a field goal that would give Massachusetts a 2-possession lead with 29 seconds to go. Set an NFL record for the most made field goals to start a career, 16 in a row. This one's from 36. He's hit from 25 and 30 today. Good snap, good hold, and it's blocked! A scramble for the football. Arizona's got it. Devonzo, touchdown!
I think they're going to say touch the dasher board about the 3-yard line. I think it's what it's looking like. My goodness gracious. Get a big paw up. And then watch Devonzo pick the ball up. He wanted to pitch it to somebody. He's like, here, you take it. Well, okay, no, I'll go with it. Couldn't quite tell who got his hand on the ball.
It was either Josh Gordon or Craig Evans, 95 or 90, or one of the two. And they are saying he was pushed out at the 3. There was never an announcement made, but the ball's at the 3-yard line with 19 seconds to go. And the score on the scoreboard still reads 34-27.
These 3 yards, they're not going to be easy yards. I promise you that. This stingy Pirate defense.
Wow, what a moment with 19 seconds to go. The MVP, Drew Powell, just needs 3 yards. Fakes the pass, now throws, and incomplete, looking for Haley. No damage done, only 3 seconds off the clock.
Oh, there's plenty of time. You just, again, the play wasn't there. As you said, smart. Hey, let's live to see 2nd down. Don't try and force something in somewhere to turn the ball over. But again, we talked about this defense. I mean, pressure in his face, coverage downfield. There's a reason why so many of these guys are on the all-league team.
Massachusetts and Arizona both had 9 members on the all-league team, tied for most in the league. The next highest by any team was 4. 2nd and goal from the 3. Powell backpedaling, gets away from Spate, now takes off, lowers the shoulder, and he's in!
What do you do? What do?
Ernesto Lacayo has missed 2 extra points and a field goal today.
A number of Rattlers players saying, let's go for 2, let's go for 2.
The 5th total touchdown on the night by the guy who was just named the MVP of the league 24 hours ago.
You talk about determination. It looked like he was going to get run into the dasher board. Lowered that shoulder. He has taken a couple huge hits from this Pirate defense here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Lacayo for the extra point. He's missed 2 today. Needs this one to tie it with 10 seconds to go. Here's the kick, and it's good.
The extra point.
He's an all-league kicker for a reason.
10 seconds.
He was looking for somebody to come give him 5, and they all said if you wouldn't have missed those earlier ones, we'd be done.
34-34 with 10 to play. Drew Powell, the MVP, with the 3-yard touchdown. We got 10 seconds left in regulation. What a finish here inside the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. A blocked field goal attempt with 19 seconds to go gave Arizona the football back at the 3-yard line, and 2 plays later, the MVP of the league, Drew Powell, rushes in from 3 yards out, and then the all-important extra point goes in as well to tie this game up at 34.
Nothing comes easy against this Pirate defense. Wooten comes up to meet Powell. Powell lowers that shoulder, finds a way to get in the end zone. Remember now, 10 seconds is a lot of time. We've seen the way that this Pirate team can return the kickoffs.
Laquiviante Gonzalez, second-team all-league kickoff returner. He's got it from the 3. Gonzalez hops out of the way of 1, beats Pearson, and nearly gets to midfield before he's pushed into the boards by Lacayo, the kicker. With 4 seconds to go, the field goal unit is trotting on the field again.
Boy, we talked about special teams and how important they were before the game started. And we've seen some extra points missed and field goals missed and great kickoff returns from this Massachusetts team. They give their kicker a legitimate opportunity to end this game, kicking this game-winning field goal.
Hartley has hit from 25 and 30 tonight. He just had a 36-yarder blocked moments ago.
Timeout. Massachusetts, their second.
Today's United Bowl Championship is brought to you by Campbell Travel, the official travel agency of the Indoor Football League. Jermaine Cars, the right car, the right price, the right way. And Parker University, in pursuit of higher health. A big thank you to Parker University, Jermaine Cars, and Campbell Travel, the sponsors of the 2021 United Bowl. Kevin Guy and the Arizona Rattlers with an improbable comeback in the final seconds. But can they force overtime, or will Garrett Hartley end the United Bowl on a walk-off field goal?
It's interesting that that first timeout was called by Massachusetts. Don't know if you want to freeze your own kicker.
This is a 42-yarder from Hartley. Josh Gable, the injured kicker, has had 2 walk-off field goals this season. Can Hartley do it to win the United Bowl? Here's the kick, and it's wide left. Overtime in Phoenix for the United Bowl. 60 minutes is not enough. We will be right back with the start of overtime, tied at 34 at the end of regulation for the United Bowl on Stadium. With 19 seconds to go, Massachusetts was up 7 and had a chance to put this game away, but a blocked kick. Nick DeVonzo returned it to the 3-yard line, and 2 plays later, Drew Powell punches it in from 3 yards out for his 5th touchdown of the day to tie the game with 10 seconds to go and send us to overtime.
What a comeback by the Rattlers, and obviously both these teams are worthy of wearing a ring. You couldn't ask for a better finish. You can talk about the overtime rules as the coin flip couldn't.
Massachusetts has won the toss and elected to play defense. Arizona will have the ball at the 20-yard line this direction.
So very similar to college football rules in overtime. There's no kickoff or anything like that. Each team gets a possession, and Massachusetts winning the toss will send Kevin Guy's Arizona Rattlers offense onto the field first. Both teams get one possession with the football starting at the 20-yard line. And it's similar to College Dale in the aspect that if both teams score the same amount of points, well, we head to double overtime.
Okay. Well, I have an eerie suspicion it's going to come down to an extra point. An eerie feeling that it's going to come down to an extra point.
Maybe a 2-point conversion, because after the first 2 overtimes, you have to go for 2.
I'm always fascinated. Which team has momentum right now?
I think we know the answer to that one,
I
right?
mean, you got to think Arizona has the momentum.
Down by 7 with 19 seconds to go. A blocked field goal attempt that led to a touchdown 2 plays later. Massachusetts got the ball back with 4 seconds to go and a chance for another field goal. But Garrett Hartley missed it, and that's how we get to overtime. First play of the overtime period. Powell sprints ahead, lowers the shoulder into Miller, and keeps plowing forward for 11 yards and a first down.
Well, I know who's going to need a nice, hot Epsom salts bath tonight or tomorrow morning, and that's the quarterback, Drew Powell. He has taken a bunch of hits. He's got straps falling off, hanging down as he's running. I think that's supposed to go to his shoulder pads, and people are trying to tackle that.
You're not supposed to do that as a quarterback, lower the shoulder like that. This guy is going all out to try to give his team a United Bowl championship. 2-time MVP of the IFL, an IFL champion, and trying to win his first in a Rattlers uniform. First and goal from the 9-yard line after Powell picks up 11 on the first play. Here's Lassane. He hasn't had many touches today. He gets stacked up after 2 yards. Santos Ramirez is the lead tackler on the play after 2 yards from Lassane.
Well, I think you know why. Most people understand. You watch this game, you watch these two teams play, you see that defensive line just really hard to run on this Pirate defense, and so much of it stems from the middle of that defensive line. Toby Johnson, who just eats up blocks at 6'4", 325 pounds, and allows his teammates to run free to be able to make tackles.
Drew Powell nearing 200 yards of total offense today, 5 touchdowns. Pitches it out to Pelletier, who has nowhere to go, and Ramirez makes the stop on 2 consecutive plays.
Boy, Santos, Ramirez, both sides of the field, number 9 for the Pirates. As you said, went to Arkansas. Look at the ground that he can cover, 6'2", 207 pounds. Tremendous, tremendous ball play.
Yeah, the rookie out of Arkansas, he's actually a part of the Arkansas all-decade defensive team from 2010 to 2019. Third-team all-SEC selection as a Razorback, who, by the way, got a big win yesterday, welcoming Texas into the SEC. It's 3rd down and goal from the 8. Here's Powell to throw for the first time in overtime. Flag flies in. Powell's got so much time. Now to the end zone, and 2 Rattlers collide, and it's incomplete. Haley and Pelletier both went up for it, and if there was only one of them there, they probably would have brought it in.
Both got up in the air. It's got to be a defensive holding call. It's the exact same spot, 2 flags.
Holding. Defense. Number 11. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Arizona's had a couple of those bite them today, but they're the beneficiary of one here. An automatic first down on the defensive holding sets up 1st and goal now inside the 4 as the coach of the year in the league and the MVP of the league discuss what they want to draw up here from the 4-yard line.
Anytime a quarterback can stand back there that long with the football, it's almost impossible to cover receivers without grabbing a hold of a little jersey here and there.
I'm also surprised the offensive line didn't have a holding at some point, because that's a long time. Calm, cool, and collected. 5 touchdowns today for Powell. He's the MVP of the league, but he said he would trade that in for a United Bowl in a heartbeat. Was saying nowhere to go, and he stood up. 5 white jerseys surround him for a tackle and a loss of 1.
Well, the guy who was in on that tackle was Toby Johnson, and he's down on the ground. I don't know if it's his knee.
Oh.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Not the guy that you want to be shook up right now if you're the Massachusetts defense.
He's been holding his left hamstring a little bit. I'm not so sure if he might not be cramping a little bit. Played a lot of snaps. It is more physically taxing, I begrudgingly admit, to play defense than it does to play offense. And he's covered a lot of ground and leaned on a lot of weight.
Second down. Powell follows the block from Miles, lost the football. Massachusetts says they have it. And Maxie Pitton comes out of the pile with it.
My goodness gracious.
Let's make sure he's down. Make sure he's not down. And I don't know.
When does the ball come loose? It looks like it's loose right there.
And he's not down.
No.
Fumble recovered by the defense for a touchback. Sideline warning given to the coaching staff of Massachusetts. This is their first of 2 warnings.
Well, that's because one of them was sprinting down the field trying to celebrate.
It's so unfortunate to see Drew Powell hang his head like that. The MVP of the league. 5 touchdowns today, over 200 yards of total offense, but gives it away on the doorstep.
Trying to fight through 2 tackles. Just giving every ounce of energy that he has in his body this afternoon.
Rayshon Kaiser, the defensive coordinator.
Well, Rayshon Kaiser looks like he's still got a few snaps left in him.
Third turnover today for Kevin Guy's team. They almost never give the football away. Massachusetts with a chance to win this game. Benefield finds Bird, cuts back towards the middle, and goes sliding down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards and a nice chunk play from Bird on the opening play of overtime for Massachusetts.
And if you're watching at home and you haven't seen a whole lot of indoor football, remember the goalposts are really narrow in these arenas. And if you think, hey, the ball's on the 10, 11, 12-yard line, go ahead and kick a field goal and end it. A field goal is never a sure thing with the width of the goalpost, and you've already had one field goal attempt blocked.
Yeah, Hartley had one blocked and then missed one at the end of regulation to win it. Benefield, nowhere to go. Cockrell meets him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 4.
Boy, that play's almost like people who are old enough to remember the Oklahoma wishbone. It's a triple option play. You can hand it off to the fly sweep, hand it off to the running back, or keep it. And boy, that play has hurt Arizona earlier in the game. This time they bottled it up.
They did a great job getting to Benefield, the quarterback. 3rd down and 7, ball at the 17. If they don't pick up any yards here, you're looking at roughly a 32, 33-yard field goal on 4th down if that's the route they elect to go. They got a chance to pick up some yardage here. Stockton can't find a hole, but he does drag Wyatt with him for maybe an extra yard or two to the 16.
Awful conservative on the Pirates' behalf with the play calling there. Now they got a lot of confidence in their kicker, but I'm not so sure. He's not shaking a little bit from
So Hartley lines up at the 23, which makes this a 31-yard field goal. He hit his first 2 today from 25 and 30 respectively, has missed the next 2. 31-yard field goal from Hartley to win the first championship in Massachusetts franchise history, and he's done it!
And the field goal attempt is good. Final score in overtime. The Pirates 37, the Rattlers 34.
In just their 3rd year in existence, the Massachusetts Pirates win their first championship in franchise history, and they do it with the right leg of Garrett Hartley from 31 yards out to win it in overtime.
What great concentration. Snap was high. The holder got the ball down. And there's a reason why they have so much confidence in their kicker. Nice pressure-packed kick.
37-34 the final. A lot of theatrics in the final moments of regulation and overtime. A blocked field goal with 19 seconds to go. Arizona was able to score with 10 to go to tie the game. Massachusetts had a field goal at the end of regulation to win it. Hartley missed it, but he redeems himself in overtime with a 31-yarder after his defense got a fumble recovery at the goal line on Arizona's possession. We'll step aside when we come back. Julie Doles will be on the sideline with some interviews, and we'll take you through the trophy presentation. Garrett Hartley, 31 yards out, wins it in overtime for Massachusetts.
This is the IFL on Stadium. I'm here with United Bowl champion Martrell Spate. Martrell, you just won the 2020 United Bowl. How do you feel right now?
Man, I feel amazing, man. We got a great group of guys, and it was a hard-fought battle out here, man. And, credit to those guys, but, we finished out on top.
It's your team's first year in the IFL. What does it mean to get a championship in this league?
It feels amazing, man. Coach Jawar brought a great group of guys, and, it's been the vision from the beginning. We got a great group of guys, and we just got to lock in together and just go out there on one accord.
Early turnovers for both teams. How are you guys able to overcome that?
Just sticking together, getting back on the sideline, communicating, and just staying level-headed. Everybody just staying poised and just picking each other up and just going from there, just playing play-by-play.
It was an electric atmosphere. You played your first 2 games at home in the championship. How'd you overcome that?
Man, it feels amazing having this great crowd out here. Man, it just had a great atmosphere for a championship game, so it just made everything like the icing cherry on top, right? So it was amazing.
Well, congratulations on a great win. We'll be back after the break.
We're sorry, all agents are busy. If your car's stuck in a vending machine, press 1.
Skip the vending machine and get the car buying experience you deserve with Germain Cars. Buy online with home delivery if that's your style, or visit our showrooms to speak with expert associates. However you want to buy your next car, Germain Cars is here for you.
Whether in-store, at home, or online, Germain Cars is here for you anytime. Discover our Germain to You program and research your next car, truck, or SUV on GermainCars.com. From product demos to vehicle delivery, Germain to You allows you to shop at your own pace in your own space. Start your journey at GermainCars.com today with buying tips and pricing insights on nearly 5,000 vehicles in stock. Germain Cars.
Do you want a career in healthcare without direct patient contact? Parker University's College of Business and Technology can do just that by letting you work in patient care in the office or behind the scenes. We offer degrees in business, information technology, health information management, healthcare cybersecurity, and more. Already have a bachelor's? Check out our Master of Business Administration with 4 concentrations to choose from. Learn more at parker.edu. That's parker.edu.
Win 37-34 over the Arizona Rattlers. And now I turn it over to IFL Commissioner Todd Tryon as he delivers the MVP.
You bet. Well, thank you. First of all, I want to thank Arizona for being an unbelievable host. I mean, you guys do it first class. Mr. Ron Schertz, you guys got an outstanding program. Kevin Guy, I mean, what a competitive team you've put together, and what an exciting end to an unbelievable season. You know, all the IFL owners, our business division, outstanding job on putting a first-class game on as we wrap up this 2021 season. And so first award we want to give out is the MVP of the 2021 United Bowl. It's Alejandro Benefield.
Alejandro, first off, congratulations on a United Bowl championship and the United Bowl MVP. I got to imagine up by 7, less than 20 seconds to go in regulation, and you have Hartley out there that you're certain that kick's going to go in. It's blocked. Arizona scores. They go to overtime. What was the mindset in that huddle of this team in that moment?
It just brought us closer together. I told the guys, believe. Just believe no matter what, no matter how ugly it gets. Just keep on believing, and we're going to keep making plays. We came out with the win.
What was the thought process for you when you guys get the fumble recovery and you win that game on a last-second field goal?
MVP, 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 MVP.
I mean, it was a tough call. It was a tough call. Our offensive coordinator drew up some good plays for us, and we executed. We trusted our kicker, and he nailed one for us.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Alejandro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, I need Jawad, your team. Where's Jawad? Where's Jawad?
Boss man! Yeah, boss man! Talk to him! Talk to him, boss man! Yeah!
Jawad, first off, congratulations on the 2021 United Bowl Championship. This is your first year in the IFL. It's only the 3rd year total in franchise history, and you won a championship in your 3rd year. Take me through the process of how this team was started and how it ended 3 years later with already a championship.
You know, just a lot of hard work, a lot of work that people don't see. You know, when you're up late at night till 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m., not sleeping, you know, just grinding, working, hoping, and thinking that it's going to pay off one day. You know, I just learned a great lesson in life that today, you know, hard work really does pay off. And, you know, it's just so great to see. I wouldn't want to do it with any other guys, man. Everybody that's with me right now is you know, that's the group that I wanted. You know, and we did it. And, you know, but at the same time, we knew how great we were. We knew what we had in the locker room. We're not surprised, but we're excited. But we're not surprised.
Unbelievable finish there where, you know, with 20 seconds left in regulation, you're up with the football. Field goal block, Arizona scores, we go to overtime. What were your emotions like in that moment?
It's just a roller coaster, you know, but at the same time, you're in the championship game, and you're competing against a Hall of Fame owner, you're competing against a Hall of Fame coach, and you're competing against a Hall of Fame quarterback. And when you do that, you know, it's not going to be easy. And it wasn't easy today, but we stuck in there. You know, we're a resilient group, and we prepare hard, and it paid off for us today. We're champions.
What's next for the Massachusetts Pirates?
You know, we just go back, we're going to enjoy the night, and we're going to get right back to work, you know? We're going to start preparing for 2022, and you know where we're from. You know where we're from. You cannot be a loser where we're from.
No, sir.
So one isn't enough. We want two, we want more, because that's just what it is back in Boston, back at home, back in the 508, 617, Massachusetts Bay State. We're going to see you soon now. We're going to see you soon, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I need Rashawn Kaiser.
Guys! Hey, guys!
Is Rayshawn Kaiser around?
Hey, guys!
Rayshawn. Coach, congratulations on the 2021 United Bowl Championship, coming on the road against an unbelievable franchise in Arizona. This defense led you all season long. How have they been able to do what they did this season?
Man, it's just a great group, special group of guys. A lot of credit go to Jawad for bringing in the talent. I just coach them up. They go out there and execute.
That was a really good Arizona offense. They've been one of the best teams in the league all year long, average about 50 points per game, but defense is your specialty. You told me earlier this week when we talked on the phone, you had a game plan for Drew Powell, who's the MVP of this league. You didn't really want to dive in deep to it with me before the game, but I'm going to make you do it now. What was that game plan?
Well, to stop the run, stop him from running and force him to pass the ball, make him one-dimensional. But actually, Arizona came out passing the ball, and they didn't run as much as we thought they was going to do. So the game plan didn't change. The guys just stepped up. They made a lot of plays tonight.
What was going through your mind in the final moments of regulation, up by a touchdown with the football, and then chaos breaks loose? Blocked field goal. Arizona scores. You go to overtime. They're on the doorstep of scoring, but your defense, again, comes up big with the fumble recovery, and then you get the game-winning field goal.
Man, I thought my heart was about to drop out my chest. A lot of emotions went on in that last final minute. When we got the ball back, I knew the game wasn't over. They still had all 3 of their timeouts. They had a chance to get the ball back, so I was preparing my defense to go back out there. And we came up big in overtime. I mean, we was the #1 D in the league for a reason. I counted on them to step up and make a play, and they did that.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this.
Thank you, thank you.
For everyone who joined us this week on Stadium, we thank you so much for being a part of our season, not just tonight here in the United Bowl, but all season long as a part of the IFL Game of the Week on Stadium. The Massachusetts Pirates, in their first year in the IFL, 3rd year ever in existence, win the United Bowl. A 37-34 win in overtime tonight over Arizona for our entire crew, led by Brent Borkus, our producer and director, for Dale Hellestray and Julie Doles, and the rest of our incredible stadium crew. I'm Noah Reed saying so long from Phoenix, where the Massachusetts Pirates are your 2021 United Bowl champions. We'll talk to you next year.